beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get with this. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on you, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
It's true. Sometimes I cry.
Lick my butthole, you
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 693.
Fuck it.
And we got a humdinger of a show for all of you today.
Is humdinger, does that mean penis?
No, I think it's actually a baseball term, like when they hit it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
It have to do with baseball.
Yeah. So that's what we got. Oh, and we're going to give you updates on the coronavirus. Don't trust any other news source. You know why? Because proximity matters, and the first person in the United States to die of coronavirus died about 10 miles away from us.
Just 10 miles away.
10 miles away from us.
A short drive.
They're dying, people. They're dying.
They are officially dead on U.S. soil. Officially.
And we're not at liberty to comment about the status of Joe at this time.
I can say that he might be alive. He might be alive. I can say that. He might be alive. Patient zero.
He is.
Quarantine Joe.
Hashtag Quarantine Joe, hashtag Quarantine Joe. So this is our Saturday bonus show. We're trying to reach this goal before the end of this episode. Sometimes we go a little longer if we don't make it in the normal time. But if you can throw us $2, $5, whatever you got, help us reach the goal. It would be much appreciated. If you can't do that, like the stream, check your Brave browser. This is the last day of the month to send us your bats. Send us your bats. If you don't use Brave, what the hell's wrong with you? Use the link in the description to download the Brave browser. It's the best new browser out there. Everybody likes it better than Chrome. If you're using Chrome, you're a loser. If you're using Safari, you're a double loser. And if you're using Internet Explorer, you're outdated. Also, a lot of people have been telling me that they've been having trouble with the lock your screen feature.
Oh?
That the mobile Brave uses on Android. If you're having any trouble with that, go in and turn it off and then turn it back on again and it'll work. That's what happened with me.
Do it. And if you're having trouble getting turned off, just look at some nude photos of me.
How about what you looked at last night? Yeah, let's do a quick recap of our private show last night.
Oh, God. All right. So we had the No-Show Joe show because Joe was just too sick to show up.
Yeah.
So we had to scurry together a private show of epic proportions, which meant we broke out the big guns.
We did.
We gave Egghead the debut of his Cringe rap, and he went toe-to-toe in his rematch with Corpse Midget.
Yes. And he was victorious by like
the champion.
5% or something.
A small amount made him come home champion.
Eggy two-time
over here, so he's a very happy boy. He's back. He's sending a promo, I suppose. He's sending a promo.
Making
Okay,
the
I don't
goal
give a shit
tonight,
about
boys.
Yes, PT
Yes,
Hammer.
PT Ham.
Getting us over 70% of our goal. That's freaking awesome. Thank you, PTM. And so we had that matchup, and it was very cringy. The unfortunate truth is Corpse Midget just doesn't have a lot of gas in the tank. We had to watch a video. We've watched of him before because he's not making the new console.
This wasn't even the part I wanted to talk about.
Yes, I know. I was delaying the inevitable.
Let's talk about the first part of the show from last night.
We brought back the segment where I look at things that we can't show you and I have to draw them.
Yes, so only Billy could see these videos that we were playing, and recently there was a leak of Shanny for Christ's OnlyFans account. So I played the pornographic videos of Shanny and Revelation News.
And I had to draw them.
And you had to draw them.
Yeah.
How many drawings in, like 5 or 6?
5 or 6, yeah.
And he saved them.
Yeah, they're
We
saved.
could show the drawings.
Could we?
Yeah, they're just drawings.
Pretty graphic.
That doesn't matter. They're just drawings. But man,
I don't know if we should.
We didn't show the videos. Only Billy saw the videos.
Yeah, so everybody who is interested in the videos, if you want to purchase some of their special content, just know that it's not like some half-assed Christian porn. It's some straight-up dirty dog gross
Well,
stuff.
it's half-assed because they're both very out of shape and don't have the physical stamina.
Oh, I was only talking about how lewd and crude they got. They went all out on the grossness.
The only thing that the audience got out of it was the audio, and that was enough for most people.
More than enough.
They're like, mute the audio, and you can hear Rev like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then Shay's like, yeah, fuck me, baby. Yeah, Jason. Oh, Jason, fuck me. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't show these at all, actually. Maybe the one where she was twerking.
Yeah, show that one. Here, I'll pull it up. Are you plugged in?
Yeah, just give me a second to...
Okay. Yeah, hide your other porn.
Yeah, I have to hide all my other porn. Okay. So there... Oh, God, I don't even know if we could show this.
Yes, we can.
We can, yeah.
It's drawn, dude.
Okay.
Is it
I
up?
I couldn't see the private show last night because I had to go to sleep early.
So this was one of the drawings. And yes, this is the most PG one of them.
This is the most PG of all the drawings. This is Shani for Christ in twerk mode.
Yeah, she's like on her hands and knees, like on a bed, and Rev is holding the camera. He's like, yeah, that's great.
That's great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There were, we were asking people to guess what was going on by the sound of what was going on and the drawing at the same time.
Yeah.
And there were a few times where they thought it was Shani getting something done to her, but that was Rev News's voice.
Yeah.
It's really hard to tell their voices apart.
Yeah. Yeah, it was bad. It was so bad. I'm getting flashbacks just thinking about it. Hurls exactly the
Don't
greatest
look.
perpetrator.
I'm telling you right now, if you're squeamish, don't look it up. Do not search it, because you will find it if you search it.
But here's the thing. If you want to support Shani for Christ and Rev,
go ahead.
Go join their OnlyFans content. The only reason...
Snoop Dogg does.
Snoop Doggy Dogg loves that.
They believe for some reason Snoop Dogg is one of their... Why? Yes.
Shani for...
Snoop Dogg just gets off on paying for Shani for Christ.
Why not? Why not?
Hey, I've done some weird things while high, too.
Yeah, weed's a hell of a drug.
A hell of a drug.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's kind of stuck in my mind state right now.
And guys, seriously, Billy came up with that idea last night, and I'm like, are you sure you just don't want to fake it? Are you sure you just don't want to fake it? Like, you can pretend like you're looking at a gross picture
Ben
and
didn't
draw
want to
it?
have to, look at the
Because I had to download that shit. So
And
I
I
had to
was like-
watch, at least the first 10 seconds of every one of them.
I was like, no, Ben, we got to do this. We got to do what's right. We have to be honest and open and serious about this disgusting thing. If I have to watch it, you have to too. And then we watch it so you don't have to. But you still might have to. Because who knows? Who knows? It's Shani for Christmas over here.
Oh, my God.
That might be what you're into. People watching at home, you might just love the dominant, gigantic women.
Yeah, I'm pulling up something really quick.
Oh, yeah. Loch Ness Monster gave us that 350, and Tecate said, I couldn't see the private show last night because I had to go to sleep early so I could wake up early. On the bright side, I've completed a defensive driving course and am now one step closer to getting my license back on May 12th. Fairly worth it. That's awesome, Tech. And the greatest road trader, of course, hurled at the side of the picture. Oh, man. Ugh. I'm looking at some of those drawings I did, and they're pretty terrible.
Yeah,
they're pretty bad.
They're bad in the sense that they actually look a lot like what you were drawing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't need a defensive driving course. Am I going to cringe us out tonight? I don't know. I have no idea.
All right, we're going to get into our first segment. Very news-heavy day. Not really, but we're going to make believe like it is. DP Action News.
You called me, sir. It got me so human angry.
People are discriminating against wolves.
Wow. They're laughing at us, at our stupidity.
And you better well learn to love it.
All right, first things first. Looks like the South Carolina, for some reason, they're quicker at counting in South Carolina than in Iowa. Because they already know that more than likely Joy
Behar won the primary.
Joe Biden.
CNN projects that Joe Biden is the winner in South Carolina. This is the
Hear how enthusiastic he, man, anyone but Bernie over at CNN. Seriously. Except for Trump.
Former vice president's first primary victory.
And you'll see, if Bernie gets the nomination, you'll see CNN's tune totally change. Bernie will be the greatest politician on earth if he gets the nomination. Everyone who's bashing him right now in the Democratic Party will totally flip if he gets the nomination. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're so disingenuous.
He was counting on South Carolina to help keep his campaign
this is the primary,
going.
Not the
this
caucus?
gives
Primary.
Biden
They
a
only do a
much
primary
needed
in South Carolina.
boost as he looks to challenge the frontrunner Bernie Sanders on Super Tuesday. That's only 3 days from now. Joe Biden, the winner of the South Carolina Democratic primary.
He needed this because they were talking about him dropping out of the race if he didn't win this.
Dana, a major win for the former.
And by the way, these two sitting at the desk here, a lot of people don't know it, but they're husband and wife. Dana Bash and
vice president.
the
He
other guy's name?
desperately
Can't
needed
remember.
it.
John.
You can't
something.
understate how important this is for the Biden candidacy. His firewall held. He promised that he would win.
Dana Bash sounds like the name of a women's wrestler.
Dana Bash, the Bash sisters.
In South Carolina, and he delivered on that promise, according to our projection. Talk to voters in any of the early states.
Hold the mic.
Thank you. Hold the mic. Man,
Sweet
you guys
mic.
are so
Hold the
great.
mic.
You guys come through so quickly too. I mean, yesterday and today, like we were less than 50% after the last show, the last real show.
As I have in Iowa and New Hampshire and Nevada and even South Carolina. The question always was, I like Joe Biden, for those who are thinking about him, but I don't know that he can win. Well, he has.
You know what? One actual issue, though, that Bernie does have is that, and obviously there are black Bernie supporters, but the majority of black voters aren't on his side.
Really?
Yes, statistically. And this kind of shows that. This is the first state with a significant black population that voted here.
Has a win now. And the hope inside the Biden campaign is that they will finally get the momentum that they have been looking for to show that he is somebody who is electable. You have to be electable as a Democratic primary candidate or as a Democratic Party nominee before.
Yeah, what are the states that have voted already? So there's Iowa, definitely mostly white. New Hampshire, mostly white. And then Nevada, which is mostly white, but then also a good amount of Hispanic, too.
Or you can obviously beat the president of the United States. So this is really, really huge for Joe Biden.
And it looks, John King, like the fact that we could make a projection right as the polls close, it's going to be a significant win for the former vice president.
And that would be incredibly important for all the points Dana was just making, in the sense that 14 states vote on Tuesday.
John King, yeah.
Joe Biden has some
That's
resources,
his last
not
name.
a lot of resources. He can come with no.
Someone in the chat, I haven't confirmed this on my own, but someone in the chat said 60% of black voters support Biden. And I'm actually inclined to believe that. And part of it is because he got cred from Obama. Black voters came out to vote for Obama more than anyone else in recent times.
Obama cred.
Yeah, honestly.
I think I was like surprised by that because Bernie has like connections to Killer Mike from Run the Jewels hip hop. So he's got like this.
Who the fuck is that?
He's like one of the bigger rappers out today.
Okay.
He's got a big Netflix show he does.
Obama has more cred among black voters than anybody else, I would say.
Yeah, but the youth are like the black youth seem
The
to
youth doesn't vote
towards Bernie. But if they come out and vote, that might be good. If
We're close to
getting the youth interesting.
To matching Bernie Sanders, and not even in the ballpark of matching what Michael Bloomberg is spending on television tonight. So what does he need? He needs South Carolina, not just to be, this is the third time he's run for president. This will be his first win. This will be his first win. So there's a point of pride there, just a simple point of pride, and we should all step back, whoever you support at home, whoever your candidate is. It's hard to run for president. So this is a big night for Joe Biden in the history of Joe Biden.
Everybody
now, in the moment of this campaign, a moment of great...
Just praise Joe Biden, because it's so hard to run for president. After 25 years of him attempting to run for president, he finally got a win. Let's just give him that pat on the back, maybe a small grope to the throat and shoulders, a little kiss to the hug noggin. Let's just molest each other for Joe Biden.
He bent the knee to Hillary to not run last time. That was his time to run, fresh off of being vice president for 8 years. He bent the knee to Hillary. He didn't run. He even said in interviews then that he didn't think he could win against Trump or against Hillary. Either way, he has no business running now.
I think they were just set on giving Hillary the nom when she stepped down for Obama in 2008. I think they were like...
She didn't step down. She lost.
Urgency, because a third of the delegates will be awarded
into
Tuesday
conspiracy
night.
theories, but like for what it is, if we look at it for what it is, she lost. She got less votes. She got beat out.
And use this as a springboard. Do African American
I mean, anyone can contest the nomination. You can go in and like contest it at the convention if you want, but that never happens anymore. Like I don't even know the last time that's happened. Maybe we could look it up. Yeah, if someone wants to look that up, let me know the last time a presidential nomination was contested at the convention, when they were like ready to nominate someone and they were like, wait, I'm contesting
voters in
this.
other states say, I'm going to take validation from African-American voters in South Carolina. So does it help them? Alabama votes Tuesday. 54% of the Democratic primary electorate in 2016 in Alabama was African-American. It was 32% in North Carolina, 54% in Alabama, 19% in Texas. Is this a springboard? Because Joe Biden, even if he had some money, even if he raised a boatload of money tonight, can't get ads on TV fast enough in these Super Tuesday states. It's just simply not enough time. He can do some, but not a lot. So is this a one-off? Is it a big win for Joe Biden? Or is it a springboard? Here's something else you're going to hear tonight. The Biden campaign was already having conversations, its top aides with other people in the party, trying to get other candidates to get out of the race. If Joe Biden has a very big win tonight, they will try. That doesn't mean they will succeed, but they will try. And one other question I would ask here is, where will the Tom Steyer numbers come in? Tom Steyer spent $22 million, $23 million almost just on television and Facebook ads, a lot more on direct mail.
I'd like to know what percentage of, Yang and Gabbard voters may have switched over to Bernie now that it looks like those two just don't have a chance. I think Gabbard's technically still in it, but come on, I think it would be smart if those two got behind Bernie, but I don't know personally if they endorse him over anybody else. I don't know.
Does he get something out of South Carolina? Does he get any delegates? Or does Tom Steyer among those who has to say, is there a reason to go on?
I mean, that is really the conversation now. After we take a step back and we explain how important this is for Joe Biden, given his history, the conversations have been going on, but they haven't really come to any conclusion, obviously, on the notion of the non-Bernie Sanders people splitting the vote, and how do they amend that? How do they change that? And what it means.
Someone was I saw someone in the chat saying that Hillary won the popular vote against Obama. I'm looking it up right now. I do not see that. I do not see that. I see Obama winning the popular vote overall. And he got more delegates. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at something different.
And he was taller.
And more likable.
Is that people are going to have to take the hard look in the mirror and say, okay, maybe it's not me. It's really doubtful at this point that it'll happen before Super Tuesday, but you never know. We'll see how big the margin is.
And that's the hard part for Joe Biden, in the sense that Bloomberg's definitely not getting out before Super Tuesday. He's not on the ballot until Super Tuesday. His whole strategy is built around Super Tuesday. So Biden gets a win tonight. The question is, how does it translate in the next 72 hours?
Nothing. Man, they're acting... When Bernie won, they were like, oh, what are we going to do now? This divides the party. No one wants a socialist. But now it's like, whoa, Biden, good job, buddy. Good job, Biden.
What are we going to do?
Yeah, what?
Now that we have our great white hope back.
Right. He only won one.
Yeah.
Let's see what the other one. I'm almost positive in the western states it's going to go almost all Bernie. I think Bernie's going to win California, which is the big one out west.
This is the CNN projection. How many of the actual votes do we have in for the primary so far? Do we know if there's a percentage?
It was 50% when I looked a few hours ago. Let's take a look.
We're in?
South Carolina primary. It might be almost 100% at this point. 53 still, huh? Something slowed down. Man, Joe Biden's doing really well right now.
25 delegates.
See, he's got almost 50% of the vote on his own.
And there's no delegates down there for anybody else?
No. Right now, Bernie and Joe Biden are taking all of them, and Biden's taking the vast majority. So there's none left. And I'm glad that Buttigieg... Man, I saw this really disingenuous ad by Buttigieg where he's like, I'm the only one that's beat Bernie. It's like, fuck you, dude. Technically, you beat him by 0.1%. And it was such bullshit. That's why we didn't find out who won until like 3 or 4 days later.
Yeah, with questionable tactics used on the voting app as well. A little connection to his company and the people who made the damn voting app. There's so much going on there that's like, where's the reality here? Who's really in charge?
Desperately would need to follow up on Tuesday with more. Bernie Sanders is expected. We'll see what happens. Yep. Expected to get the most delegates Tuesday. Can Biden surprise that math a little bit?
So let's get over to Wolf, who has some new information about delegates.
There's new information
about the delegates, Dana. All of the delegates will be given to Joe Biden. In fact, all of the previous primaries and future primaries will all be given to Joe Biden. Breaking news.
Yeah.
All right, Dana, David Challian's here. David, 54 delegates are at stake in South Carolina right now. We've projected that Joe Biden will win. Presumably, he'll get a big chunk of those delegates.
Yeah, and of the 4 early states, South Carolina is the biggest delegate.
You know what? Bloomberg got a heart evaluation, and his is good. But Bernie's being very Trumpian right now in the way he won't show us his heart health. Like, what? I literally saw that the other day. They literally bash Bernie as if he's like a Republican senator or something.
Prize, not as big as what we'll see on Super Tuesday, but 54 delegates at stake. You know, we are already able to allocate, in our delegate estimate, 14 delegates tonight at least. Joe Biden will win. That leaves 40 that we haven't allocated yet. We're going to wait to see how the vote comes in. As you know, Wolf, delegates...
See, there's a minimum amount of delegates that they need to clinch it. And if nobody has that, then it's kind of iffy. And that's what happened last time. And that's when the superdelegates could flex their muscles. And I saw a bunch of talking heads on CNN yesterday arguing about this. You know how they get Republicans to be on the panel too. And the Republicans looked good because they even used my talking point that I always use, that there's nothing democratic about certain people's votes counting more than other people's. And then the Republicans guys like, I don't know what to tell you. This makes us look way better than the Democrats because we don't have this superdelegate thing at 1 vote per person. Yeah. We don't have this fail safe where we can pull it out and be like, no, wait, we actually want this person. Fuck the voters.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. Fuck the voters. This is a big, if other people, if the selected few who have been governors and senators, the elite Democrats, get to ultimately decide, then all of these caucuses and all the people that put in all the work for all of this shit is literally just a waste of time. Literally.
Yeah. It really is a big circus, and we follow it, and we expect some sort of...
It's worse on the Democrat side.
Yeah.
And that makes me mad because that's the side out of the weird dichotomy of the two, that's the side I fall more with.
Well, yeah, like I think the all the things that the Democrats are for are things we identify more for.
Right, and I acknowledge that there's more things they agree on, but those differences are ones I would normally side more with the Democrats, but they make it almost impossible to actually choose who we're voting for. They want to choose.
Yeah. It's broken. It's busted. It has been. It was broken and busted with Hillary. I don't know exactly how it was with Obama. It looked like everybody kind of wanted Obama, you know?
I think at first everybody wanted Hillary, and then they're like, wait, Obama was establishment, first of all, so they weren't afraid of him like they are Bernie, but also he had the youth because he was a young candidate, way younger than Hillary, in the grand scheme of things, you know. And I don't know. I mean, there were so many things about him that was so likable. He was a dynamic public speaker. He was a disappointment as a president, but just looking at him at face value when he first hit the scene, everybody loved him. And he was handsome for a president, too. You know, like, look at all the presidents before him. Not too many lookers in the bunch. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think Bill Clinton was handsome?
He's on the upside of it, but Obama's over him.
Trying to think who was handsome.
Kennedy, a lot of people
Kennedy
would say.
was handsome, yeah.
And then there's like the presidents who lived before there was photography, so it's hard to really know exactly what they looked like.
A lot of people say Martin Van Buren was a slayer.
And a lot of them, you know, wore the powdered wigs and makeup because you couldn't shower every day back then and shit. So who knows? A lot of people say Abraham Lincoln was the ugliest president, which is weird because he was the tallest, but he had like a gangly kind of face. I don't know.
He might have been gay too.
Teddy Roosevelt, if you like those outdoor men, kind of like studly,
Those thick daddy types.
You know, he got shot during a speech and finished the speech and then went to the hospital.
Savage.
Part of it was he had his speech in his. He hadn't started the speech yet. It was in his pocket, and the dude who shot him directly in his pocket, and it hit the speech. And the speech was so thick that it still got into him, but it didn't get like in his organs and shit.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's crazy shit.
I really don't want to be stuck with Biden.
This is where I'm standing, and I'm not going to back away from this. I can't even believe I'm saying this. Some people might be disappointed, but I don't care. This is how I feel. Biden, Warren, Buttigieg, Klobuchar, whoever the fuck. I'm not voting for anyone if they get the nomination, or I'll vote for a third party or something. Bernie, I will vote for Bernie. And if it's fucking Bloomberg, I'm voting for Trump. I'm serious. If the fucking Democrat Party puts Bloomberg in, someone who's worse than Trump, someone who's one of the richest men in America, who, when he's debating all these other wealthy politicians in an arena full of people
who paid like $1,700 a ticket to be
and
there.
He's the richest motherfucker
with all them combined.
Yes. All the people that work for CNN, Warren.
What's that, 60 billion?
Yes.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Fuck him.
Numbers. That's nuts numbers.
Fuck him. I'm done.
What's the highest wealth right now? Is it Bezos at like...
Yeah, even after his divorce, she took half of it.
You, Ben.
Are you? Wow. Wow, I thought that this was a radical thing I was about to say. I'm glad you guys agree with me.
Yeah, I'm not going to vote for anybody probably. I'll probably vote for Bernie just because I don't know. He's probably... It's a miracle in my eyes if he actually gets the election.
I don't think it's a miracle because he's ahead right now, but it's an uphill battle. They don't want a populist candidate. They want a candidate that falls in line. They want a candidate that falls in line with corporate America, the one that answers to lobbyists. I saw this ridiculous commercial with Bloomberg where he's like
running independent once again.
Thank you, D's Nuts.
D's Nuts, you got this.
I saw this commercial with Bloomberg where like I've never taken money from a special interest. It's like, no shit, you don't need to take money from anybody.
Isn't he the special interest most of the time, though?
He is. Dude, he literally owns, some of the video clips we play on the show are from Bloomberg News.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's fucking insane.
So, the top 25 richest people in the world, 24 is Mackenzie Bezos.
Yeah. She took half of his shit.
I don't think she got half. They say her
she
net worth.
She walked away with all this Amazon stock. It's crazy.
It's her net worth is $37.4 billion.
She's the richest woman in America, I think. Maybe even the world. I don't think there's a woman that has more like a woman that like has it on her own.
Bloomberg is 14th richest.
Yeah, dude, we don't need the 14th richest person.
I don't think president. He would be, but I think he's maybe here to just disrupt things.
I mean, he's in third place right now, and when I watch TV or YouTube, and an ad plays, if it's an election ad, it's him. It's from him.
Mark Zuckerberg is number 6. Warren Buffett is number 4 with almost $90 billion. Bill Gates is only number 3.
I mean,
William
only
Frigidaire,
number 3.
2020,
Okay.
It's my right and vote.
Yes.
Only number 3. Only the third richest person.
Only the third richest, but he's got over $100 billion.
The fucked up thing is that Bill Gates, Bezos, and his ex-wife all
Your
live
votes
near
must
here.
be hers and hers alone.
No, you can vote for me, Hilo, for me.
Like literally, all 3 of them, Bezos, his ex-wife, and Bill Gates, all live within like a 5, 10, 15-minute drive from here.
Yeah. And they are within 10 minutes of the coronavirus too.
Yeah.
First coronavirus death could have been one of them. I don't know. Are they still around? There's a guy named Bernard Arnault, who is the second richest in the world. He is the CEO of Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy.
Is Warren Buffett on there?
Yeah, he was number 4.
Okay.
So he's right behind Bill Gates. He's got 90 billion. So he's not even cracking the 100 billion mark yet.
Oh no.
Poor guy.
How can he sleep at night?
Bezos has $117.5 billion.
Dude, and that's after
the
his
divorce. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
He was the first man to reach the $100 billion mark.
Yeah. It's insane.
And I'm looking here at the Louis Vuitton guy. Where'd he break the 100 billion mark?
I mean, that's high fashion, right?
Yeah, because he's... And Moet Hennessy. It's just strange to see him over $100 billion. That's fashion and alcohol.
Yeah, anyway, I'm cutting my losses. I'd rather take a guaranteed 4 more years of Trump than a potential 8 years of Bloomberg. And this is my personal fuck you to the Democrat Party for putting that motherfucker into the nomination. So that's where I am with that. I don't care.
Pickled Toe says Buffett and Gates also give a shit ton more money away than other super rich people. Yeah, I think Bill Gates is maybe given more money away than most of the people on this list have. Like, maybe I'm totally wrong about that. I thought he's giving away just billions and billions of dollars. Maybe not that much. But wonder how.
Man, that Dayquil put some pep in my step.
That good Dayquil?
Yeah.
I should snort some of it.
So we shared this stream on Twitter, as we always do. And we mentioned we were talking about coronavirus. And someone we don't even know that doesn't even follow us, we don't recognize them, left a comment on our tweet about, what was it?
It was a fact check. Let me see if I can find it again. It was a fact check. If you guys are going to talk about how Trump said coronavirus is a hoax, he didn't. And then he linked to a tweet from a guy named Matt Wolking, who said, fact check. Did Trump call the coronavirus a hoax? Verdict, false. Trump referred to the alleged politicizing of the coronavirus by Democrats as their new hoax. Throughout his rally, Trump said he's taken the threat of the coronavirus seriously.
Okay, so...
I didn't call it a hoax. I called the politicization of it a hoax.
So that means it's a hoax that it's being politicized?
I guess. It sounds like...
It sounds like he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Like, he doesn't know what a hoax is. Or he did call it a hoax, and this is the way that people try to twist it around because people are fucking dying now.
He did call the Democrats. He did say it was their new hoax. The coronavirus was their new hoax.
Right. So he's saying that it's a hoax. Here it is.
Now the Democrats are politicizing the coronavirus.
Literally what he's doing right here is politicizing the coronavirus. By him saying the Democrats are doing this, they're politicizing it. It's their new hoax. He is politicizing it.
You know that, right?
Tangerine Palpatine? Damn.
They're politicizing it. We did one of the great jobs. You say, how's President Trump doing? They go, oh, not good, not good. They have no clue. They don't have any clue. They can't even count their votes in Iowa. They can't even count. No, they can't. And this is their new hoax. But, you know, we did something that's been pretty amazing. We're 15 people in this massive country. And because of the fact that we went early, we could have had a lot.
This was last night, and this morning they've found more cases, the first death on U.S. soil, and there's community spread. So there are people that are getting it that haven't traveled and haven't come into contact with anyone who's traveled recently. So it's spreading within communities.
A lot more than that. We will do everything in our power to keep the infection and those carrying the infection from entering our country. We have no choice. Whether it's the virus that we're talking about or many other public health threats, the Democrat policy of open borders is a direct threat to the health and well-being of all Americans.
Okay, first of all, we don't have open borders. When you enter the United States by land, by sea, by air, you are talking to a border customs agent. You will be searched if they think you need to. And if you're not a citizen of the U.S., they can tell you to go back home for any reason they see fit. So we don't have open borders. And by the way, it's not like it's coming from Mexico. He's already talked about closing the Mexican border because of this. It's like none of it's coming from Mexico.
Look, Ben.
Any reason he can find to fuck with Mexico, he does.
Ben, obviously, this virus is a hoax, okay? It's a political hoax from the Democrats, but we should lock down the borders to protect our country.
Right. Dude, he literally called it a hoax. And the fact that you want to send me a fucking tweet from some bullshit artist as your proof that it's not that he didn't call it a hoax. You're so full of shit.
I mean, it's their hoax, Ben.
Now you see it with the coronavirus.
Trump didn't call it a hoax. He called it their hoax.
Which is calling it a hoax.
But no, they're politicizing coronavirus, Ben.
You're saying two different things and going back and forth. Dish galloping.
Ben, it's a hoax, Ben. Obviously, it's a hoax, but we should still probably close down those borders. What the fuck?
You see it. I also created a White House.
He created the White House.
Virus task force. It's a big thing. A virus task force.
Yeah. You created a virus task force. You put your vice president at the head of it, the same guy who was the governor during the HIV outbreak in Indiana. The same guy where when the CDC was like, you should probably hand out safe injection sites for people so that they don't keep spreading HIV by using the same needles. And your pragmatic right-wing solution is like, no, you just shouldn't do drugs. Don't do drugs and you won't get AIDS. Right?
I don't know, Ben. The Democrats are politicizing this
Don't
hoax.
fuck, you won't get AIDS. You won't get pregnant. You won't get VD. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Yeah, people just shouldn't do it. Just be a Christian and don't do bad stuff. That's the way to get rid of it.
Yeah, just use God as your contraceptive.
I requested $2.5 billion to ensure we have the resources we need. And so far...
If only these virgin Christians weren't so damn fuckable. They could maybe adhere to their own policies. But they're just so fuckable.
We have lost nobody to coronavirus.
Oh, this was last night.
Damn it. It did not age well.
He goes and has a rally wherever they're having the primaries.
Oh, yeah, he loves it.
Yeah.
United States. Nobody.
We did lose somebody.
Yeah, I know, like less than 24 hours after he said this, there was the first death on U.S. soil, and it happened to be probably Joe. And it's 10 miles away from here. When did the death happen?
It was reported this morning.
I think I saw Joe since this morning, so it probably wasn't him.
And it doesn't mean we won't.
And
we are totally prepared. It doesn't mean we won't. But think of it. You hear 35 and 40,000 people, and we've lost nobody. And you wonder, the press is in hysteria mode.
All right, and that was last night, and here's the press conference from this morning. And the hilarious part is The hilarious part is that when he first, I watched it live this morning. When he first came out, he started talking about how great it is that they're removing the troops from Afghanistan. He talked about that for like 10 minutes. And then without stopping, he went directly into the coronavirus thing, almost like he didn't change what he was talking about. It's so weird.
I just want to remind you, Ben, before we get into this, the coronavirus was a Democratic hoax to politicize coronavirus,
but you're not saying it's a hoax. You're just saying it's a hoax that someone did.
Well, but even though it was a politicized hoax from the Democrats, we have to shut down the borders. We have to.
I want you guys to tell me whether or not Trump said that this was a hoax. You can tell me in the live chat, and then if you're watching this after the fact,
how can he
put
say
it in
it's
the
a
comments.
hoax? How can he say it's a political hoax and then in the same breath use it to politicize the fucking border? Like, if it's a hoax in the first part of the breath, how can you in the same breath say, but now we have to shut down the border to keep everything safe? What the fuck? If it's a hoax, you just use the hoax politically in the same damn breath, dude. This is nuts.
You said the other day in the cabinet room with African American leaders, you've got to get away from politics. You were down in Charleston.
Oh yeah. So as I was saying, yes, in the comments section, let us know. Did he say it was a hoax, or was the retard on Twitter right?
And sorry, on Twitter are always right.
I don't mean to insult actual retards though. I meant the bad kind of retard.
Last night,
people on Twitter
using the
are always
word
right.
hoax when talking about Democrats. Somebody now is dead from this. Do you regret that kind of talk?
No. Hoax referring to the action that they take to try and pin this on somebody because we've done such a good job. The hoax is on them.
We did a good job.
Hold on, I want to hear him. I want to hear him explain. His explanation is hilarious.
Down in Charleston last night, using the word hoax when talking about Democrats. Somebody now is dead from this. Do you regret that kind of talk?
No. Hoax referring to the action that they take to try and pin this on somebody because we've done such a good job.
How is that a hoax? A hoax is like something that you make seem like it's real when it's not. So, like like the balloon boy. Remember the balloon boy where they like reported this little kid got taken away by a hot air balloon, and they had like the cops like following this balloon because they thought a little boy was in it, and then it turns out the whole fucking time the little boy was hiding at home and it was all a hoax to get a reality TV show.
So would you maybe say this was the hoax might be is if you said we have to close down the borders to protect ourselves from coronavirus? Would that be a hoax?
No.
Oh, so him saying that the borders have to be closed down because of coronavirus.
That's just him. That's him politicizing this. I don't think it's a hoax, but
if we're not getting coronavirus through the border, then he's creating a hoax there. He's creating the idea that there's coronavirus through the fucking border.
The hoax is on
that's
them.
not what's happening.
I'm not talking about what's happening here. I'm talking what they're doing. That's the hoax. That's just a continuation of the hoax.
He doesn't fucking know what hoax means.
Whether it's the impeachment hoax or the Russia hoax, this is what I'm talking about. Certainly not referring to this. How could anybody refer to this? This is very serious stuff. But the way they refer to it, because these people have done such an incredible job. And I don't like it when they are criticizing these people, and that's the hoax. That's what I'm talking about.
That's the hoax.
All right, and here's a little more from the press conference. Oh, no, this is about the actual death.
First U.S. coronavirus death. The first U.S. coronavirus fatality was reported in Washington State on Saturday. That's today. Just one day after President Trump seemed confident at a South Carolina rally that the risk of the virus is low.
And so far, we have lost nobody.
Yeah, we went over this. Yeah, we already knew a lot of that, so that video was a throwaway.
So far, we've lost one body. Let's hope it doesn't get too much higher.
Yeah, and this was an at-risk population, too. This was in a nursing home. The person was in their late 50s, probably had a chronic illness, and that's why they were there. So it was anyone who has like heart disease or high blood pressure or any type of breathing problem like COPD or asthma, anything like that, they're high at risk. Anyone very old or anyone very, very young.
Pray for Joe. Hashtag pray for Joe. Steyer dropped out of the race, which I think probably was strategically done because his home state is South Carolina. So I figured he could just go there and not worry about anything and just walk home after he dropped out.
Tom Steyer just dropped out. Not surprising. I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised. I don't know what else to say about that. I was always like, what the fuck is this guy's name again? I always forgot his name. Everyone, please like the stream. If you could, please, that would be great. Just like up the stream. Like up the stream.
Give it a hot liking. Give it a deep hot liking.
Liking. Give it a liking. A liking.
Ah, yeah. Close the borders now. This damn hoax is coming. Somebody put up a wall, damn it. This whole time. We wanted a wall to protect ourselves from this hoax.
So next week, Billy's taking a trip to New York City, so we are taking all the shows next week and bunching them up. So we're doing a show on Monday, we're doing a show on Tuesday, and then if we meet the goal, we're doing a show on Wednesday. We're doing back to back to back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So just letting you guys know.
We'll be doing the show on Wednesday anyways, right? Because tonight's, if we meet the goal tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we have to meet the goal next week too. That's
the hard part when we take 3 shows and bunch them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. If I got to work overtime, I will. But hopefully we can just wrap that up.
Yeah.
Next month we got a few guests in the works. Hannibal and Monty's coming back. Casey Tron, Not for Human Consumption podcast. Calm Down, Level Up. We also got Ethan Ralph coming on the show. He's never been on the show before. So that we like to get people on that probably disagree with us, which I think Ethan Ralph
Oh no, I got hypertension.
Hope
Hope it don't get me. Or at least painless.
Painless. Everybody's worried about their heart disease and their hypertension, and I'm worried about my inability to be funny. I've been cringy lately. It's been pretty bad.
You know what, Ethan Ralph, we probably disagree a lot on politics, but he's a wrestling fan, so at least we got that, right?
He's a happy boy too.
Yeah.
He smiles a lot.
Yeah.
I see him smiling a lot.
Yes, he does. He smiles. He's got that smile.
He's got the smile.
Yeah. Everyone, if you're not subscribed, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button. That's always nice to do. And
Joe from his hospital bed is also on the show. If Joe survives, we'll get him on the show, 100%.
I mean, we need him. We need to have the Joe show to make up for the fact that we didn't.
If he dies, would it be like?
I mean, we can't. I mean,
would it be
if we can't do it. Also, I'm talking to Hannibal and Monty about a Hannibal and Monty curated private show coming up. That's kind of what I'm working towards with the private shows. Is we're gonna have some of our favorite guests curate an episode.
Yeah.
A private show episode. So
that's cool. Have Joe do a show from an iron lung. That'd be pretty sweet. These are all really good ideas.
How about Joe do a show from an Iron Maiden instead?
Has he got 2 tickets to Iron Maiden, baby?
All right. We don't. This isn't really oddities. I'll play the intro.
Boom, boom.
All right. So disclaimer. We are not going to talk about The Onion, but we are going to talk about people who remotely have something to do. Like if I talk about Billy, he remotely had something to do with The Onion, but me talking about him doesn't mean I'm talking about The Onion, right?
I don't know.
So all of the anti-O people are kind of like devouring each other.
Yeah, things are looking miserable.
I think it's hilarious. So now they're coming after Repsion because Repsion dared to criticize someone in the movement. And Repsion made this video, and I think everyone should see it because he's basically, because one of the alleged victims told this person to kill themselves because they got into a Twitter fight with them, and now Repsion's getting thrown under the bus by all these loonies because he dared say, "Hey, you're no better than the person you're against."
I wouldn't call them loonies, okay?
They're fucking loonies.
Because I've been on the target end of them, and I don't want to make them mad.
That's why!
If you have been abused in any fashion, physically, verbally, sexually, listen to this. You, as an abuse survivor or an abuse victim, do not get to abuse other people. Do not get to make false accusations just because you've been abused. It does not justify you going out and telling other people to end their lives or that you're going to find where they live. Not at all.
Which she did do.
Well,
Shiloh did it.
She said, eliminate yourself. She said.
And she said, I'm finding out where the fuck you live,
Yeah,
too.
that was-
and there's
that was
all
very
these leaked DMs of all this weird shit that she was saying to people that she was having Twitter fights with. And even Stevie Wolf said, this kind of sounds like you know who. Like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah.
Okay. My childhood, the way that I grew up, my dad was very verbally and even physically abusive at some points, does not justify me going into a relationship and physically breaking my girlfriend's jaw. Okay? Just because you've been abused
That's oddly specific.
doesn't mean that you get to go around and abuse or treat other people shitty. And also, if you have been abused in any way, it's also your responsibility to get help for that, to seek out therapy or to seek out to get medication or in any way that can help you get past this for your PTSD, any sort of trauma that you have. That's your responsibility to get help for. And if you don't, and you can't use PTSD and you can't use trauma or abuse as a means to accuse or abuse other people. That's just how it works.
Right. And then there's also a huge mob of people virtue signaling this on behalf of these alleged victims that go around treating people however they want because they crossed them.
Yeah.
Sure, we can sit back and we can understand why somebody may react in anger or malice or viciousness because of what they had to endure. We can understand it, but it doesn't justify it. Not at all. Okay? And I don't know why people can't seem to understand that concept. The abused can become an abuser. I'm not saying that's the case here. I'm just saying overall.
He's very careful.
It doesn't
about
justify
it.
abuse.
That's the case here. I'm not saying that.
It's not justify abuse.
saying.
Not how it works. And also, I don't understand why people can't agree with the fact that you and I are responsible for what we say. How is that why are people even arguing that?
Big respect here, though. Repsion has integrity because he could so easily bend the knee to this whole crowd. It's his bread and butter at this point, right? Like, these people being on his side is his bread and butter right now. And he keeps going on Chris Hansen. I think at this point, stop going on Chris Hansen. He's fueling this. I don't know. Still, if you want to talk about it more, go ahead and talk about it more, but distance yourself from this toxic group, this cancel culture group, because that's all they really are.
At that point, it's a fact. I'm responsible for what I say, no matter what I say. I'm responsible for it. You are too. How can you argue against that?
How can you argue against that? Personal responsibility. Well, you also can't. It's so hard with this group of people because they are so justified in the ends.
They justify their own, like they justify themselves.
Yeah,
it's not actually justified their behavior.
But they could justify their behavior because in the end it's taking down Onision, right?
Which isn't going to happen.
Well, yeah, it just doesn't seem like it will.
And
but
you said the name.
Well, yeah, of course I did. I'm not fucking giving a fuck. They're very angry and they want justice and they're willing to try and extract that from places where it just doesn't belong. Their anger is being misguided because they can't target the person they're angry at. They can't get to Onision. They can't get to him. And anybody who doesn't follow their order immediately gets put in the sights to seek and destroy. And I've seen so many people I know get targeted by this group of people, myself included, and it is not easy.
And then they deem you basically him. You're just as bad as
You're a predator.
him. And a lot of those DMs where she sent people shit was her telling them that they are like mini Greg or whatever.
Yeah.
When in reality she was acting like him. A lot of those weird threatening DMs remind me a lot of the weird threatening DMs he has sent people, whether it be directly or like from his sock accounts or whatever. So she learned it somewhere.
I learned it from you, Dad.
I learned it from watching you.
These people, Chris Hansen, everybody, all these people, they're not the police. They're not above. They're not virtuous, right? They're broken, shitty human beings as well, like all of us are. And they can't be expected to make the right choices all the time. And when they make the wrong choices, they can't be forgiven if they actually hurt people, you know? The Nick Diorio, they were trying to get his channel taken down.
They were trying to get him kicked off Twitter, too.
They're trying to get him deplatformed and called him a predator, basically. And then this other girl, I've been talking with her for a while because of when I went to did the live stream at Onision's house. She like became a fan of mine from there and was talking to me a lot and supporting me after that, like, oh, you're not so bad type of thing. And then I see her get in the middle of this, and she's the one getting the DMs from Shiloh, and she was scared. Like she had to remove
the one that lives in Michigan.
It might be. I'm not
sure. Yeah,
exactly
the one who was like, "What school you go to?"
Yeah. She had to like move her family away from like where she was at and hide them type thing. Because she was that scared of this.
I wouldn't do that. Like if Shiloh was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come get you," I'd be like, "Bring it, bitch."
But it's
like,
not just Shiloh. It's these hundreds to thousands of other people making threats, right?
Sure.
And you have to take these threats seriously. Like everybody says, well, you know, it's just Shiloh. I'm not afraid of Shiloh. It's not just Shiloh. It's thousands of angry people, a lot of people who are anonymous and have absolutely nothing holding them back from being their most vicious, mean versions of themselves, and they feel like they are in the right to attack. And they come and they make the most horrible claims, the most terrible threats, and it's not just one person. It's not just on Shiloh. It's on every single person that
she's like the spokesperson, though.
Of course, she's like the mother of dragons, you know? She's the Khaleesi over here.
Yeah, but now she's dropped off now.
Well, that's what we saw with the Khaleesi too.
I don't give a fuck about the Khaleesi.
I'm just saying, like these people are they're militant. They're angry. They want to hurt people, and it sucks because there's a lot of people that are just innocent bystanders getting eaten up by this. That's my problem. People need to take accountability for their own actions, not just Shiloh. It's everybody who blindly follows and attacks under that protection of we're supporting the victim.
But that was her like sending her little minions after people she didn't like without listening to reason. And then when she was proven to be wrong in the whole situation, she gave like this half-assed apology to all of them. It's messed up. It's terrible. I don't know. I'm not on board with any of it.
I'm not on board with it. I actively want it to like be stopped. I don't feel like this power is safe for somebody to be wielding this way and hurting people. I guess there was just a tweet because Edwin, who was friends with Sear, he does a lot of commentary on this subject as well. He's got a big channel. A few 100,000 subscribers, I think. He does a lot of content within this community. Edwin made a video on Shiloh.
Yeah, I saw it.
Said, "Hey, he tweeted. I said, hey, please stop manipulating people by sending out of context tiny bits of our conversation to try and paint me as a liar. Nothing I said in that conversation was out of line, and you know it." That was posted earlier today.
By who? Who said that?
Edwin posted that, and then
Okay.
Shiloh just responded like,
Oh, so she came back.
yeah, she just responded like a minute or two ago. I can add full context if you really need, or you can just leave me alone and stop lining your pockets with your false narrative about me. Let me know what's convenient for you. So she's still not taking any of the.
She won't back down.
Yeah, and I mean,
yeah.
Why would you back down, right? When you're righteous and virtuous and protecting people, you know, you're hiding behind the idea that you're protecting people, but you are hurting people in the process.
I think she's looking after her own self-interest. I don't think there's anything more than that. Everyone, if you're watching right now, please like the stream. Hit the like button. That, you know what? I've actually seen a correlation between likes and notifications too. So that's part of the reason why I ask all of you to please do that. I can only give myself one like.
Yeah, sadly.
So, yeah.
Make that like worth it.
Yeah, make it worth it. We're going to move on in just a moment here.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we should... Whoa, there we go. We got it.
Oh, we hit that?
I think there's another one coming behind this one because it jumped up really far.
No, he's a real sweet boy. Thank you, Geppetto.
Goal!
Thank you, Eduardo Garcia. And everybody else, Geppetto, everybody else, PT Hammer, everybody who's helped us get to that goal.
Why are you so quiet?
I'll tell you why. I was just screaming goal.
Oh.
And it recalibrated my audacity.
Yeah, you know what? I hit the harmony, the 2-part harmony.
Yeah. Goodbye, my Coney Island baby.
Yeah, well, we're going to need to work on it more if we're going full barbershop, you know?
Brutus the Barbershop Quartet.
Brutus and his barbershop beefcakes.
Yeah. Goodbye, my Coney Island baby. Wow.
Yeah. All right.
We will be here Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The triple dipple.
Triple nipple.
Do you have a tap tomorrow?
Yes, I do. I do have tap tomorrow. So if you guys are not subscribed to my channel, the BENPAI channel, I do a show, The Altered Perspective. I do it with Pim Monk, and Shabisky's normally on too. He's kind of like an informal member of the show now, so he'll probably be there tomorrow too.
Yeah.
We got to get you back on sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're doing that tomorrow. Check it out. Go to it's linked in the description if you want to do that. I want to show you. I forgot about this. I need to send it from my phone really quick. Give me just a second. I guess read the Streamlabs.
Let's do it. Let's see who all helped get us here today. Beyond the big ones. Geppetto. Billy was originally my little Pinocchio.
Name.
Billy was originally my little Pinocchio. Now he's a real sweet boy.
He has okay. He's a lonely old man that lives alone, and he made a little wooden boy to spend time with. And
little hardwood boy.
And what's his name?
Geppetto.
Oh my God!
And these are his stories, the Geppetto Files. We had pretty much everything else has been read because we had a super big train of 20 monies. Thank you all for that. Between Josh New.0, PT Ham Alagas, and Eduardo, we had the big money donos today.
I want to
these nuts kilo.
I want to do a quick survey of the audience. I'm just getting this prepared really quick.
Let's survey the audience.
Yeah, I'm going to show you guys a photo.
Amazing.
Just waiting. When you download photos from Twitter, sometimes it makes them a JPG large, a JPEG large file, and I have to go in and rename the shit from large to a normal JPEG. Let me see. All right, here we go. All right. I would like... Actually, I want to make sure that this is set up correctly. Okay.
All right.
All right. I'm going to show you this, Billy. This is a picture that someone randomly sent to me. They thought it was funny. I think this is a photo taken of someone at an elementary school with a book they had just read. What's the title of that book? Everyone, I would like for you to guess the title of this book. He looks happy. Maybe he enjoyed it. This is a children's book that they would read in a school.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I know when you
Why would they put that sticker right there?
I mean,
you know the sticker's hiding something.
this kid's posing.
Yeah,
like he's so proud to be posing with it. This kid knows what he's doing 100%. This is like baby iDubbbz.
Oh,
little baby iDubbbz.
All right, you know what? I was trying to. I used the Illustrator to find this. And by the way, Hope Larson, I guess she's a graphic, like a graphic novelist. Normally, she's like a comic book artist. But I found the book finally. This is the book.
It is okay.
Chiggers, and there's a bunch of people guess that.
Yeah, I wanted to say it was, but I didn't want to say that word.
What, chiggers?
I didn't want to say it.
Why not?
I don't like that word.
Why? Isn't it a type of insect?
Yeah, it's something that you would get a bug spray for while you were camping. To make
can't
sure
they
you don't get
burrow
it.
into your skin or something?
Yeah, it's just a gross word on its own.
Chigger. Say it. Why?
Don't want to. Yeah, it's like if you get bug spray, it'll say that it wards off like ticks and other mosquitoes and this.
So you have so much white guilt, you won't even say chigger.
Oh, it's not even white guilt. I just don't like this word either. I'll say mosquitoes. I'll say ticks. But I won't say this. I got chiggered. Billy got chiggered.
Oh my God. All right.
I have no white guilt.
You're mad at me? You tried to kill me?
Kill me? Damn it. Ah, yes. What a wonderful world this could be.
When we did the last actual Mania and we played the JF and Mama JF video, you were like, talking about like how wholesome they are. Like you wish they weren't ethno-status because it's so great to watch them together.
I just like their dynamic.
Yeah.
Once you add in all the ethno-state racist bullshit, it ruins it. But before that, they're just a happy little couple.
I will gladly say chigger for your 41.8 bats because it is not a slur. It's the name of an insect.
For 41.8 bats?
Yeah.
That's a lot of bats.
That's a lot of bats. A lot of bats.
But not as deadly as one chigger.
That's one. All it takes is one chigger to come in and ruin everything.
Well, okay, now this is getting uncomfortable.
What? They do. They burrow into your skin.
Let me see how. Let me go. I'm going to Wiki right now. Wikipedia. Okay. The scientific name, Trombiculidae, not to be confused with Trombodididae, chigger, the Trombiculidae, also called berry bugs, harvest mites, red bugs, scrub itch mites, and iotas.
Itch mites?
Are a family of mites. The best known of the Trombiculidae are chiggers. The two widely recognized definitions of chigger are the scientific or taxonomic and the common, the latter of which can be found in English and medical dictionaries. La-da-da-da-da. Tell me what they do and tell me how deadly they are. Okay, yeah, this is bullshit. They're not... Yeah, they feed on skin cells. They're just biting animals, and
all it takes is one of them. All it takes is one of them coming around, messing everything up. Right? Just one chigger.
Effects on humans. This is where I want to go. You can get trombiculosis. It's a rash or infestation caused by trombiculid mitai larvae. So they burrow eggs into your body.
Ooh, God, that's terrible.
It's really bad. Their wounds are a complex combination of enzymatic and the resulting mechanical damage, plus allergy and immune responses, plus a possible secondary bacterial infection subject to local influences. No one remedy works equally well for most people.
If there's a chigger outbreak in your neighborhood, it'll lower your property value, right? Because they're burrowing into your skin.
It's horrible.
What? Wouldn't it?
I don't like this.
If there was like an infestation of it?
I disagree.
What are you talking about?
I think that you would just fumigate.
Oh, okay.
Home remedies to suffocate the mite, such as applying clear nail polish, rubbing alcohol, or bleach, are of no benefit, since the mites do not burrow into the skin. They are disease vectors. Although the harvest mite chigger usually does not carry diseases in North America, temperate climates, it's considered dangerous in East Asia and the South Pacific. So an East Asian or South Pacifician, the South Pacifist chigger, are the more deadly.
This is messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, man. They're deadly, though?
Well,
deadly chiggers.
Maybe not deadly. They're more dangerous in East Asia, South Pacific because of the Orienta Tsugusamushi.
I think Violet
bacterium.
has a sound theory that it's the chiggers that brought coronavirus. Yeah.
Gotta shut down the borders?
Yeah. We need to quarantine them.
This is a hoax.
All right.
Can we go back to the picture of that little iDubbbz kid looking all fucking super? He's so proud to have that.
He probably read it in school. He probably did a book report or something on it. Who knows?
He probably peeled the...
Dude.
He probably peeled the sticker off himself and put it there. It was on the back before.
It looks like it's from the school library or something. He's got stamps on his hand, too. Was he drinking at the club last night or what?
My boy was getting litty.
Yeah.
That's a Freemason mark right there. He's in the Illuminati. If the chigger coughs on you, you're screwed. I didn't know.
They cough?
That's true, Thomas Muldorf. They didn't say anything about coughing.
Coughing. Wheezing.
This is a horrible...
Hello, Billy. Have you read Dick Gregory's autobiography? It has an interesting title.
Geez, let me search for that.
Oh, my God. I don't know what it is, but I know it's going to be messed up.
Dick Gregory autobiography.
Who's Dick Gregory anyway?
He's just
Sweet boy.
He's just a guy who.
Okay. I mean, it just comes right out and gives it that name.
Yeah, I knew it would be. I knew it would be.
Oh, and he was a black man too.
Yeah. Originally published in 1964.
Yeah, and he died 3 years ago.
The autobiography of comedian and social activist Dick Gregory, co-authored with Robert Lipsyte, was originally published in September 1964 by E.P. Dutton and has since 1965 been reprinted numerous times in an edition available through pocketbooks, altogether selling more than 1 million copies to date.
Oh. He's a good boy at selling books. Sweet boy.
I'm glad he did very well. It was very, very good to hear.
He lived to a nice old age, too.
If he had an autobiography in 1964, 1965, that's really impressive for him to live all the way up through the 2010s.
Yeah.
Just shout out to baby iDubbbz over here. I think he's very proud that he found this book and read it. I wonder if he even read the book. He's just like, look at me.
I'm going to open up the Q&A segment while I run to the little boys' room. Please like up the stream. Please stick with us here. We've got a lot more content to go through. Ask Billy your questions in the fan chat.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Immediately. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Billy, do a fart. I don't have it in me today. Time for wet food for the kitties. Yeah, I got to feed those kitties. What are my thoughts on John Cena versus The Fiend at Mania? Hopefully they have the match of the night. Please tell Ziggy and Ghost they are good boys. Good boys. Tell us where he touched you. Which one, Spirit? I've had a lot of touches lately. I do not like chiggers. Our country is being ruined by... Oh, stop it, guys. Why you no go to Chipotle today? I went to Mod Pizza instead. To be honest, today was a very, very hard day for me for many, many private reasons. And I almost didn't eat today. And then I made myself eat. And I went to Mod Pizza because I was like, what's the most comfortable food I can eat without completely destroying any semblance of a diet I have left? It was Mod Pizza. Press Control V, enter in chat without reading it. Oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Pizza. Cauliflower crust pizza is what I had with a bunch of like artichokes and peppers and stuff on it. So it was pretty tasty. Billy, will you answer pleb chat questions? Killer Ronald, I see that in the pleb chat. No, I'm legally obligated not to answer pleb chat questions. But who's my favorite serial killer? I'm a narcissist. It's got to be me, hold of. Enough with the pleb chat questions. Back to the pay questions. You should have just not eaten, Billy. I see, that's the thing. I almost did just not eat, but I was worried if I didn't eat, I would get like extra hungry and make like really poor choices tonight. So I wanted to be a sweet boy and keep it contained. When I watch AEW tonight, I won't. I don't watch wrestling anymore. I'm just not into it.
Dude, I cannot. Did
Mr.
you know?
Naughty Priest gave us a hi, Billy.
Oh, thank you.
What's up, Naughty Priest? Nice nifty 50. That's such a sweet boy.
You know, Goldberg's the Universal Champion.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's the oldest. He's one of the oldest champions ever for Universal or WWE. It's kind of sad. And then the Undertaker's fighting AJ Styles, and John Cena came back to fight Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania last night.
Yeah, John Cena versus Bray Wyatt is probably.
But that's already happened.
Well, the Fiend,
I know. Fuck that.
But it's this. John might lose to him this time and give him a push. If he doesn't, then
I was mad. The first they had a good build with the original incarnation of Bray Wyatt. I thought it was bullshit that like Bray Wyatt won the first one, but it took him and all of his goons to beat him, and then John Cena basically squashed him in the second one. So I was mad about that they buried Bray Wyatt early on. Yeah, he might win this time because Cena's a part-timer now. So
yeah, I think the Cena comes back right now and he just does this to lose to Bray Wyatt and give him a push. That's the best you can do for Bray Wyatt if you're not going to have him go win the champion. But him losing the title at WrestleMania to Roman Reigns would have sucked as well. So if that was the plan, if Roman Reigns beats Goldberg for the title in a squash match, that's all you can really have with Goldberg, right? Is a shit squash match.
I did see that cage match from AEW. That was pretty good. The Cody Rhodes one.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch. AEW is good wrestling.
People rated it really high. It was Cody Rhodes and God, who was the other person in it? I can't remember right now. It was really good.
Spec says, so first on ECM, then wrestling. Dude, we love two things in this world: groomers and grapplers. Waka waka waka. If quizzes are quizzical, what are tests? Testicle. Oh, got us.
All right, we're moving on. Here we go.
I do love myself too, it's true.
Purple.
Hey.
Thank you.
Nick Fuentes.
Thank you. Thank you for a very warm introduction. Am I good on the mic, by the way? I know
There were some issues earlier with the distance. We're good? All right.
You're Alex. Yeah, there's Alex.
Thank you. Excellent. Well, we're fired up. We are fired up. Are we fired up? We're fired up for America first. Yes, well, it is.
Any white guilt people might accuse me of having, it's just a residual of all this white pride these dorks have.
I think you had it before this.
I want to be. Well, I mean, it's not just him. It's not him, right? It's people like him. I think they've existed for so long. I just think it's a little overcompensating. So I undercompensate in return. I'm like, yeah. But at the same time, I still think that I'm the best person in the world. So that's kind of white supremacy because I am white, right? So give or take. I mean, we all try to be as good as me, and I appreciate that.
It's great to be here. This has been a very fun event. You know, I've been to CPAC for 2 years now. I went to CPAC in 2018 and 2019. 2019, I wasn't supposed to be there. I actually got kicked out. They tried to kick me out. If you remember.
So you know that book we were talking about earlier? Not Chiggers, the other one?
Oh.
The autobiography?
Yeah.
My mom read that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she just messaged me.
Yeah.
She said, I read that book in junior high. It inspired the 14-day fast I did when I was a teen. Top 10 book in my life.
Did she read it out loud in school? You know what?
I don't think so.
We read in in middle school. I think in the 7th grade we read Tom Sawyer, and like, you know, like how you take turns reading like a few pages and it goes to the next person. We were all counting down like who it would get to when it got to the part
It's so
where you
fucked up.
said the N-word, and
Yeah.
to see if it was a white person that ended up saying it, and being like, you can't kick their ass because, like, you know, like the people who would be offended by that and would normally kick a white person's ass for saying it.
They can't now because it's Tom Sawyer.
Well, even our teacher was like, nope, you read it exactly how it says.
I wouldn't do it. Like now, probably as a kid, I probably would say it and giggle like a little dumbass. But now as an adult, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna. You know what I'm gonna say? Samuel Longhorn Adams. I'm gonna say neighbor instead.
Wow.
Please won't you be my
Last
neighbor?
year. And I have to say, this is way more fun than CPAC. Would anybody rather be at CPAC
Yeah, I'm sure.
than here? I don't think so.
Yeah.
But first of all, I just want to say thanks to the National File, everybody with the National File for hosting this, and a big thanks, of course, to InfoWars and Alex Jones for having us all here. And Alex Jones is high energy. And I have to say, it was very actually surreal to me.
Yeah, you know what? Start doing blow or meth, Nick, to get that Alex Jones energy. Or take some Ultimate Male Vitality.
Alex Jones. It's the first time I ever met him. And I actually grew up watching Alex Jones, listening to his podcast. Back when I was a wagey and I was working in a warehouse.
Oh, you know what? Pickled Toe brought up a good point that you did go to school in blackface.
No, I didn't go to school in blackface. I went to school in Juggalo face paint, and it got smeared. So I trusted the foreign exchange student from Australia to fix it for me.
I like how it's always
and
someone else's fault.
She painted my whole face black.
I've never heard Billy tell a story where something went wrong where it ended up being his fault.
Oh yeah, there's tons of things went wrong that were my fault.
But there's some sort of excuse as to why it was your fault.
No. I'm sure there's like 4 things in this world that I did wrong.
I would turn on the
It's a
Alex
good 4
Jones show
things.
for 3
Almost a
hours,
whole
and it would help me
handful
get
of
through the
fingers
day.
worth of
So
things.
it's sort of like when Kanye West met Jay-Z, is how I would compare it. Seeing Alex Jones tonight.
So, hold on. He's comparing him meeting Alex Jones to Kanye West meeting Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting analogy.
You know what song Kanye West and Jay-Z did together?
What was the name of it?
Neighbors in Paris.
I've never heard of that song before.
Well, yeah.
What?
Balls so hard, motherfuckers try to find me.
Uh-huh. What's the name of the song?
Neighbors in Paris.
I've never heard of that song before.
But it is very exciting. You know, I look at this room here. We've got Alex, we've got Owen, we've got Gavin, we've got a lot of big names.
Gavin man, I kind of wish I would have went to this.
Who was Owen? Was it Owen Benjamin?
Yeah, I think it is. Owen. It might be. And Gavin McGinnis and Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, that's a party right there.
Yeah, what a fucking freak show. I would love it. I would go.
And I think to myself, like, why haven't we
You guys
done
want
this
to go
sooner?
family style on a hate crime?
Why haven't we got together
Right,
sooner?
why haven't we gotten all the people that have been banned, all the people that have been censored, blacklisted, and everything? It's about time that we got all of them in one room fighting for the same thing. We're all on the same team here. I also want to say I am
Owen Schroyer. Okay. I didn't think it was Benjamin.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm grateful that
Benjamin's a lunatic.
Owen Schroyer kind of broke the ice with the receipt situation. I saw Pete get up here earlier with like a packet of typed out like 5 pages. I haven't written that much since I was in high school, you know, so I wrote out like a little note card. That's how we do it. We do it live. We do it off the cuff. But tonight, I wanted to talk a little bit about censorship. This is, after all, the emergency First Amendment Summit. We have rallied and gathered here sort of last minute to discuss what's happening. And as you may know...
Pretty sure Ethan Ralph was at this, too, because he told me he was going to some Nick Fuentes thing.
No, this is something that has touched me very recently because I was banned off of YouTube on Valentine's Day.
Which I do not agree with. I do not want Nick Fuentes banned.
Especially not on Valentine's Day.
I don't personally wish anything bad to happen to Nick Fuentes either. I just don't agree with him, and I do think he's gay for Catboy. And I think it's dumb that he blocked me on Twitter just for pointing that out. If he doesn't like censorship, then he shouldn't be doing that either. Just saying.
Yeah, you may remember this. Still a little bit sore, still hurts a little bit. I mean, we all knew it was coming for years, but when it finally hits you, I was just talking to Owen and some of the guys from InfoWars. They said, you know, you're finally part of the banned club, banned from social media. Oh, great. Awesome. I'm glad to be a part of that, right? But it does show that you're doing something right. So over the years, I've been banned off of many things. I'm now banned off of Stripe, PayPal, Twitch, Streamlabs, YouTube. I think there's maybe a few other things out there. I'm banned from CPAC, so you can rest assured that I have a lot of credentials when it comes to being a dissident. I think it was said earlier, you only get attacked, you only get censored or banned when you're saying the right things and when you're actually a good person.
You're banned. I mean, like, they just have no interest with anything that can be even remotely considered anti-Semitic. They just don't want that because a large amount of the right in America are Jewish or they support Israel.
How is it doing? You know, we're doing something right. It took years for you to actually get banned. So were you not doing anything right those years? Were they just
have you seen his old shit where he's totally different? I mean, he's still conservative, but he's like libertarian.
Huh.
And he's doing that show with his buddies. He's probably like 18, maybe even 17 in those older videos.
I'm just glad we got him here live for Weeb Wednesday.
It's actually something interesting. We're okay, quieting the room there. It's interesting, for a long time, there is maybe a silver lining to being banned from YouTube. For the longest time, people used to tell me that I was controlled opposition because I wasn't banned from YouTube. They would say, why are you on YouTube still? Doesn't that show that you're still part of the system? But
people may have said that, but I never thought that. I'll tell you, I'll give Nick one thing. He's a great public speaker. So far, he's doing really good.
Well, he should be. That's his job.
Kind of.
Speaking.
In a room by himself to a webcam is normally what his job is. In front of a group of people is way different. At least for most people. Yeah, I mean, when you can actually see a crowd of people and there's like hundreds of them, that's more humbling than looking at a webcam and talking to it. For most people.
Yeah.
Some people, there's no difference, but I would say those people are the minority there.
Well, I think you kind of work your way up through that with
Sure.
I'm sure he was on speech, debate, stuff like that, and he excelled, and that's why he took this path that he did. You know, you go the path that you have the least resistance of most of the times. If he was some little angry kid that picks his nose and posted Groiper memes, he'd probably be a fan of Nick Fuentes and not Nick Fuentes himself.
thankfully, now I can tell you, being banned off of YouTube, no, I can't confirm I'm not a part of the system. But
who's that
I
gentleman
wanted to
right
talk
there?
a little bit about free
God.
speech and the
Give me
censorship
more
situation.
Of Scuff Joji.
And I'm thinking
Was that
about
Joe?
what to
That was
say.
Scuff
We've been at this now
Scuff Joe, Scuff Filthy Frank walking down there
for what?
He looked
4
more
or
like
5
Joe.
years.
He looked a lot like Joe.
We've been talking about the situation.
He looked like
Spanish
Indian Joe.
He looked like Happy Joe.
On Twitter, the situation on
That man
YouTube,
was
the
happy as he
censorship
was
of
walking down.
conservatives, right-wing people. This has been going on for years. And what can be said that hasn't already...
Worst episode of Soul Train I've ever seen.
Oh, God.
Mark, right down the middle.
...been said about censorship? That it's wrong, it's against free speech, that we can't just go and create our own Twitter, we can't go and create our own YouTube. There has been so much...
I mean, there's BitChute and there's Gab, so it's been done. They're just not as successful.
...said about this, but I think a contribution to the conversation that I can make, which is relevant to what I've been up to lately with the Groyper Wars and Charlie Kirk, is a little bit of a new angle here. Yes, thank you. Can we get a shout out for the Groypers?
Almost sounds like Groper.
The Groypers who are with us tonight.
Yeah.
The Groypers are taking over this whole week. This is not CPAC, it's GPAC. It is Groyper Pack the whole week. We've got this and AFPAC on Friday. But the angle I wanted to come at it tonight with that in mind is that it's not just the left that is in favor of censorship. We know this. Nobody talks about it. But it's actually the right, too, that is in favor of censorship when you're looking at these...
There's so many people getting up and walking around.
...establishment, when you're looking at the mainstream. And I like to think about the left back in...
There's Alex walking
in like the 1960s.
He's very broad-shouldered.
Yeah, he walks like he might be a
like
a
a
dwarf.
penguin.
A penguin, yeah. He's used to carry an axe up the mines of Mordor.
He's a waddler.
The 1970s. We know that at one point in time, the left was in favor of free speech. We remember during the anti-war Vietnam protests, we remember that Berkeley was supposedly the birthplace of free speech on the college campus. And now they've turned against free speech.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like these days, but yeah, when I went to a university, there were areas called free speech zones, and they would let people like do whatever they wanted there. And I used to see religious homophobic people preaching to everyone that they were going to hell, or I'd see like feminists doing their feminist thing. Like people would like reserve that area and they could basically say whatever they wanted as long as they weren't starting a riot. Like I don't think skinheads or anybody ever went there, but there was always, I think maybe there might have been like, what are they, Black Hebrew Israelites there more than once. I don't know what it's like now.
Why is that? We all know why that is. Because free speech is a tool that benefits dissidents. Now that the left is in power, they have no need for free speech. Free speech is the means through which dissidents...
But the left didn't get you kicked off of YouTube per se. YouTube is a private company, and they don't want bad... Their job is to sell ads and make money off of it, and if they feel like it'll harm their advertising revenue, then they're just going to remove you from their platform. I don't want you off the platform, but they can do it. I mean, there's no law that prevents them from doing that.
Was there an exact thing we know that he did that got him removed? I don't remember.
It's probably hate speech, which can be used many different ways.
It's just, you always see people get removed and you don't know exactly why. People are like, oh, I didn't even get a message telling me why I was removed. I was just removed. I was wondering if they gave me something, if they were just like, nah.
Challenge their institutional power in the establishment. They were outside of power and they supported free speech. Now they are inside in power and they are against free speech. And a similar thing actually has happened on the right. I remember when I was in high school and I got into the conservative movement, I regret to say that I was a big fan of Ben Shapiro, Prager University. Oh, come on. I was a big fan of all those characters, and they were in favor of free speech. I remember they were fighting on the front lines, fighting against Antifa, fighting against protesters, disruption, and so on. And we've seen something very curious happen, which is that since Trump got elected, and since conservatives have built up their institutional support, Daily Wire, for example, got a little bit of support from billionaires known as the Wilkes brothers.
And by the way, last night on the private show, we weren't sure if Tim Pool was actually selling food buckets, but I did confirm that he is. It is preparewithtim.com, and I went to that URL, and Tim Pool is selling food buckets for the apocalypse, just like Jim Baker. I can't believe it. I mean, whatever. It's his hustle. He does what he do.
Ben Shapiro was connected to this a couple years ago, so I
Glenn
think
Beck used to do this kind of shit
Glenn Beck
too.
did this. Yeah, I think that it's a it's like the sponsorship you get through them, right? And they target your
Should
audience.
we see if we could get some?
Well, I think our audience is ready to die, right?
Oh, okay.
And
That's
Charlie
different
Kirk
between us
got
and them.
a $10 million check from Foster Freeze.
Well, it sucks that they'll let you sell useless food buckets on YouTube, but if we want to sell like bongs and weed accessories, they won't let us do that or even wine. We almost got a sponsor, or we had a sponsorship for wine at one point. Like they don't like that.
Now
shit.
that they have money, now that they have, in other words, institutional power, suddenly all these establishment conservatives don't really have a need for free speech. And what exactly do I mean by that? Well, there's a very fine line between the conservatives that we see today, like Alex Jones, like Gavin, like myself, who have been censored, and all the conservatives that you see readily able to use YouTube, Twitter, and they're on Fox News. I've compiled actually some examples, some hypocrisies that you see which are unexplainable if you're only thinking about censorship in the paradigm of it's a left versus right issue.
I don't hate on him trying to make a buck. As far as the buckets, he's trying to make a buck. If people want to buy apocalypse food buckets from somebody, go ahead.
Do you think I could sell keto apocalypse buckets?
I don't know if that's possible. I don't know what the requirements are for this food to keep for so long, to stay good for like 50 years or 30 years, however long it is.
The New York Times on November 23rd, 2017.
Nobody really worries about their diet during the apocalypse.
Right. That's why keto
Called Ben
wouldn't even
Shapiro
matter.
a controversial gladiator in the battle of ideas. Now, I think gladiators are supposed to be tall. Gladiators are supposed to be large. They're fighters. They are pugnacious. They will meet you in the arena and fight you. Alex Jones is a gladiator. We all know that, right? We are gladiators in the battle of ideas. Ben Shapiro is a pot-bellied goblin. But, to borrow a phrase, I have to give credit for that one. But yet the New York Times, which is, we know, anti-white, globalist, liberal, the epitome of fake news.
Yeah, they're globalist. Anti-white? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's probably owned by white people,
Nick
more than
Fuentes
likely.
is a warrior, Ben. You just heard him say it. He's a warrior.
He's a
like
gladiator.
Alex Jones is a gladiator. He's a real gladiator. Wasn't he like... Didn't he pale in comparison to Catboy in that video? Wasn't he like so much smaller than Catboy?
Catboy's ripped.
Well, yeah, but just height-wise, too. Wasn't Nick
Yes.
just minuscule?
Way taller.
How's he a gladiator? Dude, your gladiator plays with dildos and wears cat ears. That's your gladiator. He's a fucking real man.
They heap praise upon Ben Shapiro.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, the owner of the New York Times is a Jewish guy.
Yeah.
And they say that he is a celebrated gladiator in the
now,
conservative
Nick.
battle ideas. Well, why is that?
I always hear from the right that Jews are pushing a anti-white and pro-gay agenda. That's what I always hear. It's like, why would Jews give a shit if people are gay? I don't understand.
We could go to other examples. The Economist in March 2019.
Population
They called
control.
Ben Shapiro alt-right. They ran a headline, you may remember this, and they said that Ben Shapiro is this alt-right provocateur. And Ben Shapiro went after them, and he went on Twitter and put them on blast and said, "How dare you? Don't you know that I'm Jewish?" Yes, Ben. We all know. We all know. Don't you know that as a Jewish man, I'm the #1 target of attacks by the alt-right?
You know, I'll admit that for a while, I never noticed that Ben Shapiro wears a yarmulke all the time. Because it's the same
Yeah, it
color as his
matches.
hair. And it's very small, and it's on the back of his head, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't notice for a while, and then I'm like, hold on.
But what did The Economist do? The Economist issued a retraction. They changed the headline, and they put out a groveling apology. "I'm sorry, Mr. Shapiro. We didn't mean to call you outright." Does this happen with anybody in this room? When they falsely call us, it doesn't happen. When they falsely call us white nationalist, fascist, neo-Nazi, and we get on Twitter and say, "Well, I'd like to fact."
I don't like, some people use the word Nazi too much. I wouldn't call you a Nazi because you don't wear a brown uniform and like do the Sieg Heil stuff and all that. You know, but you're definitely a white nationalist because you've argued against race mixing and white. You've argued in favor of white ethno states. That's a white nationalist. Okay.
Yeah, maybe not call him a Nazi because it's the buzzword. It's like cuck, right?
Right.
It's
or pedo or whatever.
Yeah, pedo, cuck, Nazi, all that stuff. It's
which I've heard Nick Fuentes
simp,
call people too.
Simp. Those are the new buzzwords, but call it like it is. You are a white supremacist, right? Is that wrong to say?
Supremacist. Maybe. Yeah, that might be a word. He probably. I mean,
Check that.
I've heard him
we've never
use
said
that
anything
rhetoric.
like that. Does Jared Holt, Will Sommers, all these characters, did they put up a groveling apology? We're so sorry, Mr. Fuentes. We're so sorry, Mr. Jones. We retract the headline. You're just a good conservative. It never happens. There are many other examples of this. CPAC is a perfect example. CPAC last year was sponsored by Google. Shouldn't that be a red flag to...
I mean, do you mean to tell me you never use Google or any of the services of Google? I mean,
they use
come on.
Google. They are obviously part of the Illuminati.
Anybody? All these people that get on the stage and talk about the censorship of conservatives on the college campus, the censorship of conservatives on YouTube.
I mean, I don't think when CPAC banned Milo back in the day, I don't think you had a problem with that. Did you?
Do we?
They banned him. That was the big thing. That when Milo got banned from CPAC because of what he said on that old DP episode back in the day. And that episode happened a year before anyone gave a shit about it. And I watched that video gain like 50 to 100,000 views within a couple days. An episode that was really old.
Yeah.
And then it just, it was on CNN a couple times, like clips from it and everything. And then a ton of people came to see it.
YouTube. Even Breitbart, we all heard the clip after the 2016 election when the Google employee said, we're never going to let a Donald Trump election happen again. Well, then why is Google sponsoring CPAC, the event where Trump speaks at? Why were the Heritage Foundation, the American Enterprise Institute, and the Cato Institute present at a Google lobbying conference last month? I also think about even this administration. There's another grand irony. Last year, there was a social media summit at the White House. You may remember. I think some of the people here might have been in attendance. And Donald Trump invited all the influencers who have been censored to the Rose Garden to share their stories and to show support for free speech. But there was actually one notable absence at that conference. Somebody who was invited, but then disinvited. You may remember this. Ben Garrison, who is a great cartoonist, yes?
Yeah, he does like political cartoons, right-leaning political cartoons.
Yeah.
Ben Garrison, who has been censored, was invited to the social media censorship summit where he was apparently supposed to fight against the censorship that he's been a victim of, but he was disinvited. And we all know the reason why. A person by the name of Sheldon Adelson, billionaire funder of the Trump campaign, picked
Top
up the red phone.
I bet you he's Jewish too.
Top 25 richest people in the United States, in the world. Not
if you notice, everyone he bashes has something in common.
To the White House, and he said, I don't like the way Sheldon Adelson talks about George Soros. Ben Garrison. I don't like the way Ben Garrison talks about George Soros. I don't like the way that he talks about all these billionaires. It comes across as hateful, anti-Semitic, something.
Yeah, so this is he just got to the point of it all. He's complaining about being censored because he doesn't like Jews. Seriously. He doesn't like them. And we'll see what Alex says when he takes the stage. It's really interesting what he says.
Oh,
wow.
Like that. So they promptly disinvited Ben Garrison from the social media summit. And what do we see in every single one of these examples? Whether it's the New York Times praising Ben Shapiro, the Atlantic
Nick, just be honest. You have a problem with people you agree with and yourself being censored. If it's someone you think is degenerate being censored, you don't give a fuck. Come on. Be honest with us here. You only care about censorship when it's against you. And people like you.
Their headline and issuing apologies. The White House censoring somebody on their social media censorship. What do we see when Google is sponsoring CPAC and the Heritage and AEI and Cato are at the Google conference? It's very simple. It's the same thing that happened to the left. All these right-wing people that say they're against censorship, they're in favor of free speech, that worked 10 years ago when they didn't have this institutional power. But now that they've got the money, and they've got the think tanks, and they've got the NGOs, and all that institutional power on their side, free speech is no longer convenient for them. Now that they are in positions of power, they do not like the free speech that we are offering up as true conservatives.
And
Nick, here he comes.
I like how he is just like, he's the king there, so he can just walk up on stage and interrupt his speech.
You're knocking it out of the park here. I want you to continue.
But I loved him on Joe Rogan both times he's been on there. The first time, I think he was wasted. Or you know what? The second time he was too, because he kept getting up to pee a lot. And when someone during like a 2 to 3 hour show has to get up to pee like more than twice, that dude's been drinking.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you that I don't care what somebody says. They have a right to free speech. And what the establishment really fears.
This looks like fucking like when a wrestling team is promoting their tag team before like Survivor Series or something. You have the main wrestler up on the mic and the other wrestlers behind, like, yeah, just waddling, nodding. That's what fucking Nick Fuentes is doing here. He's like, yeah, you tell him something, brother. Tell him something, Alex Jones. Alex Jones just ripping that promo in.
I feel like this is the day where the high school students have their parents come and describe their jobs to the class.
Yeah, Dad, tell him about the alt-right.
Yeah, the alt-right's pretty great, and we sell Ultimate Male Vitality also. Can't blame me for making a buck.
Is power. They fear human action that has that electric spark. You've got that. And they're scared of you. And no matter what they do, they can't suppress you.
How about tag team match, Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones versus Alex Jones' ex-wife and Vadim Newquist?
Oh, man. Nick and Alex Jones win.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know, man.
Because
Maybe,
I think
you think Vadim could take Alex Jones?
No, I think Alex Jones' ex-wife has a special secret finishing move called the Alex Jones Nuts in a Vice. If you dig what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's kind of like
they got kids together.
Kind of like when Rick Martel blinded Jake the Snake.
Kind of.
Got that unnatural advantage.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Because I get on air and I talk about America and freedom and fighting radical Islam, and I see the headlines, Nazi Alex Jones.
He almost slapped Nick in the face right there when he put his hands up. I like how now Nick has been fully removed from the podium, and now this is Alex's speech.
Yeah.
Because that's all the left's got is to say somebody trying to promote freedom as a Nazi when the Nazis are a bunch of losers 70-something years ago got their ass kicked.
I kind of agree with them here. I mean, I know there are people that still try to be Nazis, but they're idiots.
Look at Nick's face. He's like, wow.
I know people that would disagree with me and be like, he's a Nazi. I just don't like that word. It just has too much. It has too much behind it now. It gets thrown around way too much, like we said.
And so they just keep saying, though, you're a Nazi, you're a Nazi, you're a Nazi. I'm like, no, I'm an American, I'm a capitalist, I'm a freedom lover, and I'm not going to bow down to you.
This is the 1776 and the 1488.
God damn it.
Meeting.
Nick's like, I actually am a little bit of a Nazi, though, just for the memes.
What's 1776 minus 1488? Because that could be their number together.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
227?
1776 will commence again.
227?
227. This is the 227
that's
club.
228, huh?
228 club.
288. Never mind. I can't count.
Oh, sorry. I'm really bad at math.
I'm so bad, yeah.
288. The 288 club. Come on. I'm giving you guys this idea for free. You guys should get jackets made.
And so I think that's why we can talk about it all day.
No, stop it. We're doing the math on my phone because I don't
No
trust
one
any of
buys
this
it anymore. Trump was called an anti-Semite. So is.
I've never called Trump an anti-Semite. First of all, you can't be a businessman in New York City and be an anti-Semite. And I'm pretty sure
It is 288. Shit.
his son, or his daughter, converted to Judaism because his son-in-law is Jewish. He didn't disown her, so
Senator Cruz, by the head of the ADL.
If anything, they've called Trump, a racist and that he hates Mexicans primarily.
Even though they're pro-Israel, I'm not against
Trump and Israel.
They want to use that as a tool of control, and I don't think it has power. And I think you should tell the leftists that their race baiting has no more power.
That's right.
I mean, but Nick Fuentes does race baiting just on the other side of it.
Yeah, but our race baiting has power. You know why? Because we have the numbers. The whites are for now, the whites are the biggest number in the United States. So that's why we got to stick to our guns, and specifically our guns. We'll take the guns out of the hands of the felons, who are notoriously more of races other than white. We'll take the guns away from them, but we'll stick to our guns.
So true, so true. And that's exactly right. As Alex said, it is about control. At the end of the day, now that these establishment conservatives are in power, they are after control of the conversation. And I actually think it's relevant to bring back CPAC a little bit. This is the reason we're all gathered here, is ostensibly for...
All right, so that's really the only part I was really that interested in seeing. Oh, no, he comes back. Ha! He comes back again!
Yeah.
of the conversation.
Wait a minute, I'm not done yet. I love this.
Let me tell you something, brother.
I like how he could just interrupt it. It's hilarious.
The two poles. The right as defined by hamburgers, capitalism, and on the other side, socialism. I guess I'll wrap.
Okay, how the fuck am I complaining about ultimate male vitality, motherfucker? First of all, I did what? We did 2 raid ads, I think, 2 or 3 ever, and that was like a month ago. But I mean, I said earlier with the food buckets, someone can make a buck. I don't care.
Make a buck. Make a bucket.
I'll sell food buckets. I don't think they'd sell very well because I don't think our audience would want to. They don't care about the apocalypse coming.
Wrap it up here.
Don't do food buckets for foods you should eat while watching Drunken Peasants, like Cheetos and fucking garbage junk food.
Wrap it up.
Fill up a slop.
Right on.
I just want to say this. This is a good guy right here. He's not a bad guy.
He's drunk, dude.
Yeah.
He's got to be, because this is what I do when I'm drunk.
He's like, it is.
Yeah.
He's looking at Nick Fuentes like Nick Fuentes looked at Catboy.
He's like, I'm going to give you the old Jones way, you know what I'm saying?
Him and Catboy spit roast Nick Fuentes.
Just imagine me and that muscular cat-ear fella, just him in the front, me in the back, just going double Dutch on you, Nick Fuentes. How you like that? How you like to be a spit roast? Finger cuffs. You like that?
Hey, thanks.
They always say he's so short. He just calls me.
Thank you.
So I'm like no, I don't have a Napoleonic complex.
I got a Napoleonic complex.
I don't think Alex Jones is that tall.
But
short.
Seriously, Nick Fuentes says a lot of things that people agree with. He's popular. So the system wants to ban him like a race car driver that keeps winning races. That's all.
5'10".
This guy's not a racist.
So he's like
he doesn't
my
hate
height.
black people or white people or gay people or anybody. He just wants to have his own.
That's probably embellished too.
Say.
Just like
And you know what?
height.
I'm a confident man. I say, hey, buddy. I say in the market ideas, you get to have a run at it. Because that makes us all stronger. But they call him a white supremacist all over the news. And then the ADL and Southern Poverty Law Center fund white supremacist compounds with terrorists with bombs. I've studied it. Ready to
I'll study it, dude. He's drink. Whatever. I drink too, so I'm not faulting him. I just think it's hilarious.
blow up black communities and create war, but they can't ever find white people to join.
Why did you send CP to the attorney of the Sandy Hook victims? Why?
I didn't send no CPS.
I like women with big tits.
I like women with big tits and dicks.
Didn't he have trans porn on his browser history one time
Did
too?
he?
Yeah, he like got outed showing off something on his phone or something.
Yeah.
That's the good
porn in
news.
history.
The truth is, humanity loves humanity. We want to come together. We want to be strong. We want to build a human future. And people that try to silence speech are the enemy. Because I'm smart enough.
Yeah, when Captain Content and Tristan were in town, I had that was a long weekend of partying, and I have not drank after that because it's just like I needed a recharge.
You did a little too much drinking.
Yeah.
I had some shots that week too.
Yeah.
Not many, but a couple.
Yeah.
I'm smart enough to hear what somebody said. When somebody tells me I'm not supposed to hear what somebody said.
He's slurring too.
Yeah.
That's when I start getting suspicious.
I like how he just stole. This was Nick's moment to address this audience.
But when we watch this, if he didn't come up,
No, I
he
don't
did him a
think so.
favor. He gave him a little.
So, Nick, you're a great speaker. 5 more minutes, give him hell. Got the next speaker coming up.
Five more minutes. Yeah, you just stole 10 minutes from
him.
me.
Take 5 more minutes.
So true. It's true. I'm like the race car driver, the Groiper War. We keep winning battles. It's absolutely right. But yeah, so to wrap it up a little bit, to get back on this America versus socialism thing, it is about control of the conversation. Too often, we talk about free speech for the sake of free speech itself. You know, we're in favor of free speech. Well, what do you want to say?
Alex, come back
Doesn't
up one more
matter.
time.
We just want the open marketplace.
I wish he'd come back one more time.
Free speech matters.
One more freaking time.
Insofar as we
Please.
are using it to not polite.
Yeah, blah, blah,
They
blah,
do.
blah.
I'm back in.
Oh, no. He came back again. He did. He came back again.
Our conference are benefiting
I love it.
from their open borders agenda. So
There we go. Oh, my God.
in conclusion, was that 5? Was that-
No, but it's true. It's not that we're against the third world populations. It's they're being weaponized against us. So he's gone 3 times longer. So the internet's going to say, I censored Nick Fuentes. I did not.
Dude, I love this. I want to party with Alex Jones.
I actually extended him. They're going to kick us out of here in 30 minutes. We got 5 more speakers. We just got rid of the whole question and answer conference. But it's true.
But it's true.
He's talking about how they wasted all the time because the interviews went long and they can't do QA, and then he goes right back into it, wasting more time.
It's not that anybody's bad. It's that the globalists are weaponizing them. And you're right. Ben Shapiro and all these people are...
These fucking guys. All these guys walking through. They crack me up. They are the people that paid good money to see Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes. I assume they paid money. They go in for free?
I don't know. This is some side conference to CPAC. I don't know what. I don't know how many people came or if they charged
pushed
money or
by
what.
the system. We're banned by the system. What does that tell you?
It's like a tag team. We tag them in. Okay, I'm back in.
I said tag team match earlier.
That's exactly right. It tells you about the system that Ben Shapiro is a part of the system, and we are not. That is why he is celebrated and we are on the outside. He is saying things that are benefiting the elite and not the people, and we are the reverse. And so
we're saying things like Cookie Monster.
How many cookies can Cookie Monster eat?
Oh, man.
You said 30 minutes. I didn't realize we were.
They're going to need big mass things to store all these cookies in, too.
So pressed here. In conclusion, I'm probably going over, but I wanted to make one last important point to keep in mind for everybody. So on one last thing.
They're like, don't go up there again.
Piece of statement.
Sit down, motherfucker.
We as conservatives who are in favor of America first, whatever
He's
our
like, fuck this.
differences,
I'm going back up again.
we will either hang together or we will most surely hang separately. That's the most important thing. Thank you.
And now.
And now.
Yeah.
Coffee cut eyes? What's that?
I don't know. So, wow, that was extremely entertaining. I loved it. That was
greatest day of my life right
that
there.
Entire video. Someone sent me a really short clip of it, but I just downloaded the full 20-minute version of it because that was very entertaining. Everyone, if you like this stream, please hit the like button. Show us some love. Please.
Love.
Please.
Love.
I'm recovering. I was sick as fuck yesterday. Today I actually feel better, but I'm still.
Did you nag Egghead's promo at all? Did you snag it? Did you
It's
grab
there. He was like spamming it to
He
me.
was
Egghead
spamming
doesn't run the fucking show.
He's so like overly
I don't give a shit.
enthusiastic.
He doesn't run the show, okay?
He's so overly enthusiastic. He runs the show. He's the champ. He's the face that runs the place.
No, he doesn't. Like fucking hell he does. I did want to get to some other stuff here. We got what are we gonna play here? Oh, this.
Yo, safe, please. Let's go find this hater and put a bullet in his fucking head.
Oh, you like me now? I'm the only critter with the good kind of fairy drama. That's because Jesus Christ is my nigga.
I'm gonna start asking everyone that's watching right now in the chat to rate the raps on a cringe scale. 10 being ultimate cringe, and then 1 being not cringy. All right? I think that's a good way for more audience interaction. And if you're watching this after the fact, you can number them and put your scores. We want to see your scores on this. Here's the first one. We tried to watch this the other night, but we didn't really get into it.
You can't tell me nothing. I'm just going mudding.
Is that what this is?
Hit these back roads and I'm traveling. Radio up and I'm blasting. Windows down with dim fields around.
They're doubling their voice. Wow, I'm already seeing 10.
Once hop in my truck, hit the back road and get it stuck. I got these speakers shining 2 liters.
Wow, when you stretch out a syllable like that, that's just garbage. It's not going with the beat at all.
No, it's pretty bad.
They could have filled that in with a bunch of stuff.
Right.
Shine
About to be one hell of a night. One hell of a night. I'm traveling. Hit these back roads and I'm traveling. Radio up.
I see a few 2s. A 2 means you think this is almost good. Right? Or just not cringy. Like when you remove the cringe, do you still have shit rap? And then there's like a scale of how good it is.
I mean, it's shit rap. I'm not necessarily cringing that hard.
The redneck aspect of it, it reminds me of Ohio, so it kind of makes me cringe. Because there's a lot of like, we from Ohio, we wear Carhartt kind of rappers. You know what I mean?
I expect an Ohio Carhartt rapper like this to be not good though. Like so, it hasn't exceeded my expectations for cringe.
They're doing a wheelie on a John Deere though.
John Deere. It is trash. Yeah.
They're like driving all these oversized trucks. I'm wondering where this is. I want to see if we can get a view of a license plate to see what state it's from. They're driving on a mini racetrack. Oh yeah, that's what these guys look like. They look exactly like I thought they would look. And they got a fucking barbed wire tattoo on their, or like an armband tattoo. Holy fuck. If you get a tattoo, don't get an armband. And if you have one, get it covered up with something better.
Beer cans everywhere.
Cool. This is him rocking the club, man.
Beer cans all around.
I think this is stock footage. This is like in the desert.
Maybe. Maybe they just took
you
mudding videos.
Yeah, do you think they have this many different vehicles? There's like a ton of them. Okay, this is bad. I'm going on to the next one. I saw a lot of people rate like 10 out of 10 though.
On the cringe level?
Yeah,
there?
I'm like, wow, they went max. All right, here's the next one.
Whoa.
What's up, bro? What
Shit.
you doing, fool?
Nah, man, in studio, man. Finna get to it. What you doing?
10
It's
already.
up there.
That's 10 right there.
It's up
I'm
there.
finna get to it.
I'm finna get to
Two white dudes FaceTiming each other, talking some dumb shit like Nigerian, right?
Shit, you already know, getting this bag, working and shit.
See, I feel that, bro. Say, stay up, man. I'm finna get this money right quick. You know I'm up next.
Oh, God.
Run it up, bro.
Bad, bro. I'ma fuck with you.
I'm gonna fuck with you. I got those queso ruffles sitting on the counter, man. I got snacks on deck. Let me fuck with you.
Okay, hold on. That's his bedroom, but he's driving a car that
He's
looks like that.
finna get this money, man.
But hold on. You saw the car he was driving, but this is his fucking bedroom. It's like a closet.
He's finna get this money, man. Why spend your money on rent when you could spend it on rims?
That's dude, and yeah, and you know, like $500 Air Jordans and shit. Right?
I ain't bringing bitches home anyways. Make them think I'm rich when I pull up to the club.
I've seen motherfuckers with the nicest cars, but live in the shittiest house, and they got $500 Air Jordans.
She gonna suck it in the backseat because I can't
He's
take her
got 'em.
home.
Boy down bad, gon' get your fucking sack. Boy down bad, gon' get your fucking bag. Boy down bad, gon' get your fucking sack. Boy down bad, gon' get your fucking bag. Boy down bad, gon' get your fucking sack. Boy down bad, gon' get your fucking bag. Boy down bad, gon' get your fucking sack.
Are they in Las Vegas?
Boy down bad, gon' get your fucking bag. Fucking on these hoes and we don't get attached. I don't really get it.
Oh,
Why you
man.
standing on
That's even worse.
He's from Vegas?
A place like that in Vegas is so cheap. It's so cheap.
Vegas is very affordable.
Yeah, so this is the game plan. You roll up in the fucking car, you pick the girls up from the strip club with the cocaine, and then you take them back to their place. Because you can't take them back to your little ass room with a car like that.
threats? Why you fucking soft and act hard up on the net? Why you showing money but you ain't paid your debt? Why you false claiming throwing up bottom sets? All my dudes dogs and they sick need a vet. Keep on acting hard, they gon' get your ass wet. I don't care what you say or what you gon' do. Meet me in the 6
wet in the
in
ass?
New Orleans on the do. Told you bitches suck my dick and she was like cool. Boy, I stay fucking.
And she was like cool.
Tripping like I got cover jewel. I don't know what y'all dudes thought it was. Call me blue face, let me drop the bus. She don't wanna date, she just want the lust. I said it was okay, I just wanna fuck. Boy down bad.
Are we sure that this is Vegas? Because like, where's the building?
the Luxor.
Where's the buildings next to the Luxor?
Well, the Luxor is behind the Luxor, right?
Oh yeah, the freeway is behind the Luxor.
Yeah.
Boy down bad, gon' get your fucking bag. Boy down bad, gon' get your fucking sack. Boy down bad, gon' get your fucking bag. After we fuck, she said keep it confidential. She said keep it quiet like a living residential. I feel boss.
What do you think? What's your rating on the cringe scale?
Probably an 8.
An 8 on the cringe scale.
Probably
wow.
an 8. 7 or 8.
All right.
It's up there.
Here's the next one.
Oh God.
Just the look of it, you know.
Yeah.
What up, Ghost? What up, Mitch?
We got red cups in the video
Let's
because we
double
don't
up.
spring for high quality alcohol.
Yeah. Jumping at it like we're double dutching. If I'm pouring drinks and I'm double cupping, if she fill me up, she might get it rough. Really, yeah, I know she fucking. If we playing cards and I might be bluffing. Play the block, I ain't missing nothing. Got my homies and they staying with me. If she feeling in the team, then she coming with me. I've been making moves, they ain't fucking with me. If they want beef, tell them come and get me. Double cups up and we're doubling kidneys. Cause I drinking up, they cannot offend me. If they're saying something, trying to offend me. Play the bitches like they couldn't get me. Feel like a boss, like bitch, I'm 50. So really, these homies ain't fucking with me. I'm feeling like I'm about to blow, trying to ease the pain and sip it slow, making bills like Buffalo, spitting like
I don't know. 4.
Oh yeah, it's definitely better than the last one.
It's not that cringy. It's not that good though.
It's just kind of weird.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to listen to this ever again. I feel nothing. I feel nothing.
The beat of the G Money forever. Here we go.
Okay.
Here's his Discord server too.
Yeah.
Living in GTA San Andreas, motherfucker G Money going crazy like a motherfucker. Got the YouTube going, got the music going, got the motherfucking crazy ass motherfucking going, got the girls going in everywhere every time, got the motherfucking pimping and everything's there.
He's trying to
God damn, got the
freestyle,
subs,
right?
got the
Or
views,
is he
got the money
reading it?
too. Motherfucking
I don't know.
fucking him, G Money too. G Money forever's a gangster, motherfucker. Don't fuck with him. Crazy as shit, can you not see the taco in? Motherfucker crazy as shit. Goddamn, he's gonna fuck you up in the streets. Goddamn, motherfucker's crazy as shit.
I don't feel like
that fire.
I don't feel like he's believing anything he's saying, so it takes away from the cringe ability. Because like he obviously is not like trying to live what he's saying at all. He's just saying it into the microphone in his little fucking dork.
I think it's
chair.
cringy though, just by virtue of what it is.
Yeah, there's just.
Live here on my Discord, everybody. G Buddy here. I got the cool gamer chair set up. We're ready to go play some Resident Evil Fallout 5. But first, I'm gonna do a cool gangster rap.
Fallout 5.
I'm gonna do a cool gangster rap first.
That'd be an interesting game.
Okay, subscribers going crazy like a motherfucker up in this shit. Cool.
All right, yeah, this is pretty shit.
Yeah,
I don't even want to. Dude, this is a classic.
We got
someone
a classic?
someone sent this. This is a classic cringe rap right here. Like older than us.
Oh.
Or no, not older than us. From our childhood though, cringe rap.
Yeah. Original William the Refrigerator.
Yep.
Yo.
This is what influenced all of the wrestling raps too. The Wrestle Rock Rumble.
Yeah. Shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. We're so bad, we know we're good. Blowing your mind like we knew we would. You know we're just strutting for fun, strutting our stuff for everyone. We're not here
I think the quarterback's name was Jim McMahon, right?
Well, they call me Sweetness, and I like to dance. Running the ball is like Mickey Moore Mance. We had the goal since training camp to give Chicago a Super Bowl champ. And we're not doing this because we're greedy. The Bears are doing it to feed the needy. We didn't come here to look for trouble. We just come here to do the Super Bowl shot.
This is Speedy Willie, and I'm world class. I like running, but I love to get the pass.
This does sound like 80s rap though.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
This is not cringe rap. This is the rap that like gave birth to this particular line of cringe rap.
Yeah.
It's not like next level, but it's like the perfect use of this, and
Let's
it's
wait-
why
let's
this
wait-
became so bad.
Let's wait till a white dude does it though.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean?
Practice all day and dance all night. I gotta get ready for the Sunday fight. Now I'm as smooth as a chocolate swirl. I dance a little funky, so watch me, girl. There's no one here that does it like me. My Super Bowl shuffle will set you free.
Yeah. Diggity boom boom.
I'm Samurai Mike, I stop 'em cold. Part of the defense, big and bold. I've been jamming for quite a while, doing what's right and setting the style. Give me a chance, I'll rock you good. Nobody messes
The last guy
in
was
my
better.
neighborhood. I didn't come here looking for trouble. I just came to do the Super Bowl shuffle. We are the Bears, shuffling crew, shuffling on
Pretending like they know how to play instruments.
We're so bad, we know we're good.
All right, come on, give us a white guy. Oh my god! Oh god, the white guy dancing is so bad.
We're not here to start no trouble. We're just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, there he is. That's the quarterback.
I'm the punky QB known as McMahon. When I hit the
Jim
dirt, I've
McMahon.
got no plan. I just throw my body all over the field. I can't dance, but I can throw the field. I motivate the cats I like to tease. I play so cool, I aim to please. That's why you all got here on the double to catch me doing the Super Bowl shuffle.
Not that bad.
Yeah, do you think that was written for him?
I mean, I hope it was. Even if it wasn't, the delivery of it is well done, right? Like even if
This is
someone
well
writes for you-
produced, I think. You know?
Yeah. If someone writes for you, you could still fuck it up terribly, right?
Well, he had multiple takes probably too.
Yeah,
Someone
but-
can hold your hand through
But
that.
everybody has multiple takes in these things, you know. It wasn't like all those wrestle raps were like not pre-recorded and ran through. Those guys were just like, you know what, we're being forced to. These guys probably wanted to do this.
Does
right?
Mike Ditka have to? Does he do
It's
any
our
of
man.
this?
If Jimmy can't do it, I sure can. This is Steve, and it's no wonder. I run like lightning, pass like thunder. So bring on Atlanta, bring on Dallas. This is for Mike and Papa Bear Hallis. But I'm not here to feathers ruffle. I just came here to do the
Feathers
Super Bowl
ruffle.
show.
Oh my God, that was
LA Mike,
horrible.
and I play it cool. They don't sneak by me cause I'm no fool. I fly on the field and back and
Oh, hold on.
we love to play for the world best fans. You better start making the Super Bowl plans.
Is that the
But don't
fridge?
get
No.
ready or go.
No, the fridge
Fridge
is.
is 72.
Another white guy. Oh, I gotta hear him.
They call me Hitman, don't know what they mean. They throw it long and watch me run. I'm on my man, one-on-one. Buddies, guys, cover it down to the bone. That's why they call us the 46 zone. Come on, everybody, let's scream and yell. We're gonna do the shuffle, then ring your bell.
Oh, here comes the fridge.
The original William
Looking
the
at
Refrigerator.
fridge, I'm the Ricky. I may be large, but I'm no dumb cookie. You see me hit, you see me run. When I kick and pass, we'll have more fun. I can dance, you will see. The others, they all learn from me. I didn't come here looking for trouble. I just came to do the Super Bowl show.
Rock it! Rock it!
Yeah!
What a talented football team.
We are the best shuffling crew. Shuffling on down.
Look at the guys who can't dance. You see them like they can't dance all the time.
Yeah.
You know we're just strutting for fun. Strutting our stuff for everyone.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It does wear on you after a while though, right?
Well, like with this, it's the legacy it created that makes me cringe. Like it's not as bad as the
I
songs
love
that
the
it
glow,
inspired.
but the glow rap is great, dude.
It's so cringe, but it is great.
Yeah,
It is great, but it's so cringe.
What is this?
Did they win? Didn't they win? I think they won.
Yeah, they won the Super Bowl in 1985. I think.
Yeah,
it
85.
was.
Hey, what up, cutie pies? I found your numbers online. Let me get some pics of them toes. Uh-oh.
Is this like feminism rap?
I hope. I don't want to send my toes.
No.
Oh, it's Nikki. I'm getting at it early, and a chance to get with me is like the lottery. Hurley, I'll go criminal like Kate. If you're in my DMs late, boy, don't make no mistake, cause your bullshit can't wait. Reactions in the morning and partying in the evening. No, I am not leaving with you, but sliding in my DMs is not what you should do, cause you're acting gross and you're getting blocked. You're dead to me. John Locke. From the AM to the PM, you wanna slide into my DMs.
John Locke?
And you think that
Who is that?
I don't know. Was that the guy from Lost?
I don't know.
Was it the bald guy from Lost? Kill it with fire.
I'm gonna read them from the AM to the PM. You wanna slide into my DMs? And you think that I'm gonna see
I wanna slide into your
to the
BMs.
PM. You wanna slide into my DMs? And you
God.
think that I'm gonna read them from the AM to the PM. You wanna slide in my DMs? And you think that I'm gonna read them?
Uh-oh, here comes verse number 2. My favorite thing about these is like the second and third verse, because they usually lead off with their strongest.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting to see how good this is.
What a creep. You wanna watch me sleep. If I see you in the street, boo, control of the leech you. Where's respect? When talking to the queen, came to do my
Yeah,
thing.
this is
Kneel down and kiss
way
the ring.
worse
Kiss
than the first
ring. 10K
person.
on Instagram, that's on me. That's on me, yeah. Cause I got what you lack, and I'm never looking back. You better check your facts. Watch
You better
score
check your
like mama
facts.
on the track.
On the track.
10K on Instagram is not a lot.
You wanna slide into my DMs? And you think that I'm gonna read them from the AM to the PM? You wanna slide into my DMs?
What's with
10.
this cum filter they put on it?
I don't know. It's very weird.
They got 1985 here. That's obviously not 1985, but this is the last video we watched was 1985, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
Full
you
circle.
think that I'm gonna see them from the AM to the PM? You wanna slide into my DMs? And you think that I'm gonna read them from the AM to the PM? You wanna slide in my DMs? And you think that I'm gonna read them?
You cyber stalking, creepy talking perv. You really get the nerve. It's
She's the worst.
Yep.
why you're getting curved. Don't at me, I'm happy to be left alone. Boy, I'm in my zone and nothing you should watch your tone. All you do is requesting nude, that's pretty rude. Instagram is for the food, not the
How is their tone?
boobs. Unless I'm in the mood.
Instagram is for the food, not the boobs, unless I'm in the mood.
To be a
Ah,
But catch the
got
shadow
'em.
ban in these hands.
From the AM to the PM, you wanna slide into my DMs? And you
ASMR. She's like, this third chorus, we're just going to whisper. Yes, good idea. Let's whisper the third one.
from the AM to the PM, you wanna slide into
They're so smart. They choreographed this. It took them like 27 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys give that? We're getting 10 on the cringe scale.
Yeah, a lot of these are getting. People just can't. They have a low threshold.
I'd probably give it like a 7. I don't know. It wasn't that cringy to me.
How about this?
Now we're going to go into the studio here with Happy Stevens, the freshest weatherman alive. Happy?
Oh, no.
This is Happy Stevens with your good news weather report. Happy Stevens with the weather wrap. Check the map. Right there, okay, you see that? It's a ridge of high pressure working across Cali. Sunny skies today in LA and throughout the valley. High clouds drifting through here and there, but that's it. A lot of fun in the sun at the beaches and that's lit. The San Fernando Valley is hot. You better rally your family, hit the pool. You're gonna want to stay cool and you'll
It's he's the weatherman in LA, you know?
see Pasadena here at 98. Burbank just hit 100, yeah, that's hot, but wait, Palm Springs is cooking hot at 109. Big Bear is at 77, so they're fine. Camarillo at 85, Oxnard is 83. The Inland Empire is as hot as can be. Currently 107 now, and it
People are giving it a
get
1.
even hotter. Here, let's look at Inglewood.
They're like, not cringy at all.
91 is
It's
still
good.
on the rise. A big difference here today between the lows and the highs. Temps are hot in Southern Cali, and whatever it reaches is cooler right here alongside of the beaches, but it's toasty up and down the coast and still warm.
What? What are your thoughts?
Just this guy was like in a rap group in college and then decided he could never, make money off of it. So he
became a meteorologist.
Meteorologist. And then he was like, you know what? I should dust off the old rapping skills.
Surfers, check out this. I surf advisor.
I've noticed that throughout most of the world, meteorologists are women, like scantily clad.
A lot of times, yeah.
Like anytime you watch like a show that's produced out of Mexico or Europe, I've seen a lot of those too. It's weird, but like in the US, most meteorologists are like old dudes in suits.
Warning, an all-around scorcher today, but should you worry? Is this heat wave temporary? Will it be gone in a hurry? I know we're all hoping it goes away fast. Okay, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. It's gonna stay hot to trot, and you thought this heat wave was going away. Afraid not, as the marine layer increase is expected to be cooler in the coastal areas, most definitely. But
all right. So I'll go on to the next one.
Yeah.
All right, it's Friday. I do feel like rapping the weather, but I don't feel like working too hard. I'm looking to share the load. Does anyone want to rap the weather with me? Heidi? No? Danielle? No? I see what I have to do. I must clone myself. Hey, Nick. Hey, Nick. You are one handsome devil. Thanks. You ready?
Why is their mic buzzing so much? Someone needs to get a sound man
Always,
over there.
it's time to rhyme. Can I get that beat? Yeah, that's a good one here. All right, here we go. Yeah. Walk up to the camera like, what up? I got a big clicker. He's just pumped. He's got good weather to deliver. It's chilly. You'll need a jacket for a while, but later you can rip it off Hulk Hogan style. Today the high will be 98 degrees. Tonight 64. We won't have a freeze, and it won't be windy. We'll just have a breeze. Is that accurate? Shoot, play your please. And tomorrow we'll see highs in the 80s. Great shorty shorts wearing weather for the ladies and guys. The weather will be perfect if you want to go ahead and walk around shirtless. Yeah, unless you got a farmer's tan, then just leave your shirt on, man. Thanks for the nice weather, Mother Nature, hats off. It'll be so warm, you'll want to take your pants off. Dude, why'd you have to go and make it weird?
Someone said it's just in the left channel. I don't know why that happened, but shit happens.
What? I'll do it. I ain't scared. Right about now, I know what you're saying.
Cringe level maximum.
He's not bad at rapping for a Caucasian.
Maximum cringe!
Mrs. Danielle Burgundy.
Dude, this cannot get any crazier.
Storms ask me what they're gonna do next. If I predict it, you know it's gonna happen later. Yeah, you can call him Father Nature. And my flow's sick. Wait, even better? This flow is under the weather. But please, don't take that from me. Yeah, get on his YouTube channel and you'll see he spits bars like a Klondike factory. User Avid Music posted that to me. We got...
Oh, God.
Tonight on the DP Post Show, stupid ads. We will be doing the stupid ad segment tonight on the DP Post Show for patrons and subscribe stars, $10 and above. That includes multiple other perks, by the way. This is a package deal. If you only want the post shows, you can click the join link down below this video to become a member of the channel, and then you'll get the post show. Only the post show, though.
Yeah. Everybody who says I'm jealous of that sick flow, you're right. You're right.
One last one. We're going to hang out for a little bit longer, but then we're going to wrap it up because we're going to go do the post show, and we have a stupid ad segment with some really weird ads. Some of them are going to be anti-weed commercials, like PSAs.
No weed, not even once.
Various anti-weed PSAs from over the years.
Are we going to play that Egghead promo?
I guess so. I fucking guess so.
It's time. Pickle Toe says, don't do it. Don't do it.
There's this charity commercial that Barbara Streisand did back in the early 70s when it was still okay to call kids that were mentally challenged retarded.
Oh, no.
And she uses the word retarded like so many times in it. It's hilarious. It's pretty funny.
Oh, no.
So that's something that we're gonna watch. Look at this little retarded boy. No lie, she says that.
Oh no.
It's weird that it used to be okay to say, but because it kind of became an insult or a way to describe something in a negative way, it became a bad word. But that used to be the word that was used. It's only because it was used in a certain way that it got a negative connotation to it. All right, here's Eggheads, whatever the fuck this is.
And new. And new. And new. And fucking new. And motherfucking new.
See, I'm glad we played this after cringe raps, because we would have been desensitized to the cringe.
How long is this? Oh no!
Cringerweight champion me. So now it's time to get ready for Billy the Fridge versus Egghead for the Cringerweight championship. I am ready for this. Billy, I've wanted this from the beginning. Like, you have no fucking idea how much I've wanted this to happen.
Look at how he has fidget spinners on the wall.
Cringe spinners?
He's got fidget spinners on his fucking wall, dude.
Happen. And now we're fucking doing it. We're actually going to have this match for the Cringerweight Championship. And buddy, you get to realize how it feels like whenever your old cringe comes back to fucking haunt you. Now you get to realize what I go through all the time. And so here we are on...
There's a picture of me and Egghead together on the wall. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Do you see that back there?
That's the fidget spinners.
That's a picture of me and Egghead together next to his fidget spinners on the wall. You can see me right there.
What's the purple thing below that? Is it like egg tits?
It's my
diaphragm?
panties.
Oh, nice.
I don't know what it is.
I bought these off Ryby.
February 29th, 2020, with your Cringerweight champion Egghead saying, I'm fucking ready. Let's fucking do this finally. This little back and forth. You wanted me to lose the title from the beginning. Well, I want it back, so let's fucking finish this damn feud once and for all, Billy. Let's end this damn thing so we can get on with our fucking lives. But anyways, I'm fucking ready for this cringe off.
You don't appear to have any fillings, at least on your bottom teeth. So
that was an egg out of 10.
Would you like to cut a response promo?
Honestly, no. I don't. Right now, I don't even want to think about that. I don't even want to like. It's just.
You're the one who challenged him, right?
I don't think so.
I thought you challenged him.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm regretting all of this. This is really bad. I did, didn't I? I don't remember, man. I'm looking back at it. It was simpler times back then. Mistakes were made. God damn it. That was back when I was confident that nobody would out-cringe him.
Someone did out-cringe him.
Figured this would never have to happen.
The triple threat sealed the deal, too. There were people who were blown away by free press media.
Yeah, last night, Egghead won his championship back in a special exhibition championship match on the private show, the No Show Joe show.
Yeah, we also
couldn't make it.
We did the Billy Draws segment. We talked about this at the beginning of the show, but there wasn't that many people watching as there are now. We did the segment where I show Billy a video and he draws it live on his computer, on his tablet.
Yeah.
And he told me to do this, to download the leaks of Shanny for Christ's OnlyFans videos.
Yeah.
And he would draw that. So we did that. And you could hear the audio. Nobody else could see it except for Billy, but you could hear the audio.
I didn't expect it to be so graphic. I did not hit her. I did not. Can we have Free Press versus Steve Dawson? Steve Dawson's dad or whatever, that John Bola guy?
Stephen Dawson.
You know, the Bola guy.
That guy.
The priest.
The guy with the weird magazine clippings.
Yeah, that guy's Stephen Dawson's counterpart, I think. If people want to see the art of Shanny's butt, you could show it to him one more time.
It's up.
I have the butt.
All right.
This was part of the process from last night's private show of the drawings This is shitty for Christ twerking in our Sictionary game where I had to draw pictures and people had to guess what was going on.
It's the most fucked up edition of Pictionary ever.
Yeah, Sictionary. She was just twerking it, working it. Oh God. Oh God. That was the unfortunate truth.
Shake it fast. Watch yourself.
Show me what you're twerking with. This maybe turned to atheism. Yeah. Show it all? No, we're not going to show it all. It gets pretty graphic.
Yeah.
Pretty disgusting.
Yeah, this was the most tame one.
Pretty gross. But
we should sell this on a t-shirt.
Oh.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Boom, 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 boom. I got that stupid bass. Maybe a mug.
A mug.
Maybe a mug club.
How the fuck could you sip your coffee with that on it?
With extra creamer.
Oh God.
Okay, let's take this off the screen now.
Okay.
Oh God. Yuck. Yuck. So bad. So bad.
The poo-poo.
Eat the poo-poo.
Eat the poo-poo.
Eat the poo-poo.
Why do you eat the poo-poo?
Oh.
So we're about to end this. One last time, I'm going to ask you guys for a like if you haven't already liked us and subscribe and all that cool stuff.
All that sweet.
Also, a few other quick announcements. Our Amazon links have changed. If you normally use our Amazon links to buy stuff from us, there are links below the new links. There are some updated links, and I've updated them down below. So if you want to use those links from now on, that would be great. Oh, God, what else? Post show coming up. Patreon coming up. All that cool stuff. Oh, this is the last possible moment to send us your bats, too. If we're going to get them in the next payout, right now is the time to give you give us your bats. Today's the deadline.
And we'll be back again Monday.
Yep.
And then Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
It's going to be a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
All right. Wow. We're really in sync these days.
Our menses have matched up.
Yeah. Yep. We bleed on the same day. All right. We will see you guys next time. Good night.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.